Salute, salute. Yo, you tapped into the fly frequency. I was almost late, y'all. Man, waiting on a package to be delivered from AliExpress, man. They done put my package on somebody else's door, man. But I still made it here in time. I made it on time. Trying to stop being late all the time, man. So um I just rushed to get back on here. But y'all see the title, man. Y'all already know what we cooking on. I appreciate it if you smash the like button coming in. And if you're watching this on a replay, I would greatly appreciate if you smash the like button. It's the cheapest way to support. Also, the Cash App and the PayPal is going across the bottom there. Of course, the Cash App is the preferred way if you want to support me in that way. And you already know how the super chats work and everything. But we're going to talk some boxing, y'all. I was on another panel and I got kicked off the panel, man, of course, as usual. You already know the flyer always get kicked off the panel and everything. But this was the subject, the reason I got kicked off because I said that Xander Zayas versus Devin Haney is a bigger fight than Devin Haney versus Jaron Ennis. And people hate when you have their own opinion. They want to throw you off and everything, but I feel like that's a valid answer right there. I don't understand how somebody would think that Jaron Ennis versus Devin is a bigger fight than Devin versus Xander. Jaron. First of all, I understand that they're trying to say that Boots is a harder fight for Devin. Yeah, I agree. I think that Boots is a harder fight than Devin. But we can't just ignore all of the facts, though. We can't ignore the obvious. Jaron Ennis just don't have a belt up there. He went up there and he got a lot of criticism for not fighting the champion when he went straight up. He fought somebody from the IBO champion, and that's not one of the major sanctioning bodies, so he don't really have a belt up there. And so, Devin moving up and fighting Xander Zayas, I feel like that'll be respected more by the whole of boxing, outside of the hardcore fans, because of the accolades that he had, not the accolades, but because of the hardware that he have in that division. At 154, Xander Zayas both of them definitely a threat for Devin. I feel like both of them are hard fights for Devin, but Xander Zayas has 2 titles up there at 154. So I mean, it's obvious, it's not rocket science that if Devin beat Boots at 154, I mean, the hardcore fans is probably going to give him props and everything. They're going to give him credit and all of that. But if he beat Xander Zayas at 154, he now becomes a 4-division champion, 1-time undisputed and unified at 154. Like, that boosts his accolades substantially, whereas if he beat Boots, he just get bragging rights, from everybody. Well, not everybody, but, people who hire Jaron Ennis, because I know, I believe that Jaron Ennis is arguably the most talented fighter in boxing, but you got a lot of naysayers out here. It's a bunch of people out here that think that Boots ain't good worth a dang. I mean, I don't know what they looking at, but from their eye test, whatever they looking at, they don't see Boots as being much, they not really sold on Boots. So man, I don't let nobody try to sway my decision if I feel like it's the truth, to further explain my decision or why my opinion on why I think that Jaron Ennis and Devin is not a bigger fight than Xander Zayas and Devin is because you have the dynamic of the two, the whole racial thing, the whole fan base. Xander Zayas is an island-born Puerto Rican. You know, so you know a lot of the Latino fighters is, I mean, the Latino fans are going to get behind him, particularly the Puerto Rican fan base is going to be behind Xander Zayas, you know, so it brings that dynamic of the African American fan base against the Puerto Rican fan base, which I think, you know, translates into more dollars, a bigger fight, you know, and that's what they asked. I was asked if Jaron Boots Ennis versus Devin is a bigger fight than Xander Zayas. And I was saying, if you're talking about money wise, you know, and if the fight is going to sell, how big the fight is going to be, and all of that, I think it's Devin and Xander Zayas by far. You know, and Jaron Boots Ennis, um, I think that's more of a hardcore fan fight. You know, hardcore fan friendly. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some people like Boxing Hacker who would say that that's a cherry pick. You know, if Devin Haney go up, you know, people y'all can't have it both ways, man. People complain when fighters like Jaron Boots Ennis move up and don't fight a champion, but you got a fighter like Devin Haney who's moving up and fighting champions every time he move up, and you got people complaining about it. You know, he's saying Xander Zayas, as far as I'm concerned, is the number one champion in the division at 154 because he's the only one that's unified, as far as I know. And I just don't understand people logic, man. Devin even put, hold on, let me see. I think I got that screenshot. This one right here, y'all. Devin tweeted, wait, Xander got 2 belts? You know, and that's just him thinking out loud saying, oh, wait, he got 2 belts? Oh, that's the one I want then. You know, even if Devin wasn't to stay up there, you know, just to go up there to do that, just like Shakur, you know, went to 140, he probably gonna stay there now because of what the WBC did. But you know, he had plans on moving back down to 135, and that was just going to be a one-off at 140. You know, Tio, because of Tio being the lineal champion up there. But yo, hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, 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 man. What I was saying is, yeah, Shakur Stevenson didn't plan on staying at 140. He just wanted to fight Teofimo Lopez, the number one champion in the division. And I don't see what's the problem with Devin doing the same thing if he did it. Now, we got some people who saying that that fight will never happen. This fight right here, it's not going to happen. You know, Bill Haney don't want it and all of that. But from what I've been seeing, it seemed like Devin wants that fight. You know, even I didn't see what they was talking about on the Boxing Voice. They said Bill um talked down the fight, said that's not the fight. That fight does nothing for Devin or whatnot. But as far as I know, Devin is the boss of the situation. You know, who Devin want to fight, that's who he gonna fight. You know, if he can, you know, that's the direction they gonna go in. Let me see who in the chat and what y'all talking about in the chat after that. But let me just shout y'all out. Shout out to Timmy T88 in the chat. Salute to you, bro. He was the first person I saw here. The OG Kyle Coolett. Blessings, bro. Next problem. Salute to you, bro. Let me see. Brandon Browser 161. What's good, yo? Daz 215. He said, yo, Flyer, stop going up there giving these people content if they're not going to respect your opinion. Yeah, man, it's just diabolical. No, because my guy Mill was up there, you know, so you know, I just wanted to go up. I just went up there to I wanted to talk to Mill because he said something about something I was putting in the chat and whatnot. But Marta is here. Salute to you. Let's see. the Bud Crawford era. What did he say? He said Devin has to fight Boots. Stop protecting Boots and Devin because they are your favorites. No, I'm not. It's not that if they gonna fight each other, they gonna fight each other. But I'm not gonna not be honest about my opinion though. All I'm saying is Devin Haney versus Xander Zayas is a bigger fight than Devin versus Boots. Let me know in the comments if you think that that's not true. If you think that Boots and Devin is a bigger fight, let me know in the comments, man. Or you can click that link right there and let me know. I pinned the link right there. You know, if you don't feel like typing, you can let me know why, you know, you think that Devin versus Boots is a bigger fight and explain it to me. Because I'm not saying that it's not a harder fight for Devin. And I'm not talking about the hardcore fan base. I'm talking about a bigger fight. Like, you know, more people gonna come out for it. You know, more people gonna pay for it. You know, because I think that the Puerto Rican fan base is gonna get behind Xander Zayas. You know, I think that dynamic alone is gonna make it more, you know, intriguing and blow the fight up. Let me see. Adam Hurley is here. Salute to you, bro. PGH Big Dog. Salute to you, bro. And Stefan, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Stefan, he said, Flyer, why I call me a liar? I don't understand what you meant by that, bro. But Jordan Smith, 704, salute to you, bro. And Mayorga 2.0. He said I think he meant to say it's a bigger fight if Boots versus Virgil was the biggest fight and the belts ain't matter. It's a bigger fight if Boots versus Virgil was the biggest fight and the belts ain't matter. I think Boots. Well, I think Boots versus Virgil is a big fight, but I think it's for a different reason. You know, because Virgil, it got almost the same. Yeah, it got the same dynamic. You know, you got the Mexican fan base getting behind Virgil Ortiz, and you got Boots, a black fighter. You know, African American fan base and everything. But they have some history though. You know, that's why I think that's a bigger fight because they have history at 147, you know, with Boots. You know, they pressing Virgil Ortiz team, you know, asking Robert Garcia about them fighting Boots and him saying that they ain't gonna be ready for Boots or whatever time frame that they said, whatever, however many years or whatever. And then, you know, later Virgil Ortiz moving up to 154 and then, you know, calling out Boots to come up to 154 and Boots not going up there. So people calling Boots a duck after that, you know, and then Boots eventually going up there. Now he calling out Virgil Ortiz and Virgil Ortiz team. His side seemed like they don't want to fight, you know. I think it's just more backstory there. There's more history there. So you know, that's why I think that's a big fight because it's like anticipated, you know, between both of the fan bases. You know, the boxing world, you know, is tired of them going back and forth. First, this person want to fight and this person don't, and you know, back and forth. They flip flopping and all of that, back and forth with it. And you know, I think that built the fight up. So yeah, that's a bigger fight than, you know, him Boots fighting one of the guys with the belts. Except for Xander Zayas, though. I'm gonna say that I think that Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis is probably, you know, a bigger. I don't know if it's a bigger fight than Virgil Ortiz and Boots. I'm not gonna say that, but I think it'll be a big fight, though. It might be. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But for sure, Devin Haney versus Boots is not a bigger fight than Devin Haney versus Xander Zayas, and I'm standing on it. You know. Well, hold on. I got something for y'all though.
What's up, Smoke?
Nothing.
What you got on my drink?
Nothing.
Don't lie.
And then, man,
What you got, Craig?
I'm broke as a joke.
Y'all some high rollers, and y'all broke. What's up, Stanley? Well, fuck you.
Yo, one of my guys whipped that up and showed me that joint. I just recorded it and put it up there. I thought that was funny, yo. But yeah, man. Let me know in the comments, man. What you meant, Stefan or Stefan. You said fly wide call me a liar. I don't know what you meant by that. I don't see none of your you ain't put no comment above that, so I don't know what you're saying right there. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments about this. Mayorga said, run that Boots and Haney. Boots versus Haney. The Devin versus Boots is bigger. Yeah, I know you gonna say that, bro, because you want to see Boots and Devin fight. I would rather see Devin and Boots fight too, but I understand why Devin would fight Xander Zayas, man. He got 2 belts up there. Devin could be a 4 division champion. I feel like him and Shakur are going back and forth, trying not to let each other outdo the other one. That's what I think. That's how I feel about that. Let me see. Jason said, Xander Zayas versus Virgil Ortiz is the fight to make. I mean, that's one right there too. They got their little history. They got their little back and forth or whatnot. Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz, and then you got the Mexican fan base versus the Puerto Rican fan base. In the history of boxing, that's it's definitely a good rivalry right there. That's a big rivalry. So let me see. The question really is, would Devin fight Xander in NYC? In NYC, he might. I think it might happen. Xander said whoever in NYC or Puerto Rico. Y'all talking about Devin versus Boots to give him a reason to say no to someone in his class. Someone in this class like who? I don't get it. You talking about at 147 because all of the fighters not all of the fighters, but the champions at 147 is acting funny about fighting Devin. And that's the other part of this video, man, that I want to talk about. Ryan Garcia. I've been saying that Ryan Garcia is going to try to duck Devin. And now we got the proof. Now we got the proof right here, y'all. Let me pull it up.
No matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Did we get it? Hey!
Hey, there we go. He wasn't supposed to say that, man. Shout out to Showbiz. Showbiz did his what do you call it? The Black Two Sugars or whatnot, where he be talking to the fighters. That's what it's called. And Connor Ben said, him and Ryan Garcia already supposed to be fighting. They let the cat out the bag about Rolly Romero. I guess people didn't know that the Rolly Romero fight was already in the works and everything, but they already knew about the Ryan Garcia versus Barrios winner is going to get Connor Ben. Let's listen to it again.
You're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Facts, disgusting behavior, yo.
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the.
Yo, these haters are always trying to say that Devin Haney is ducking Ryan Garcia, and I've been telling them all along that Ryan Garcia is ducking the hell out of Devin Haney. He trying everything within his power to try to duck around Devin Haney or get fights around him and try to avoid the fight, all the while pretending like Devin is the one that's ducking and y'all just eating it up, man. These fans is out here talking about Devin Haney need to fight Ryan Garcia. He need to get it back with him, trying to stop Devin Haney from doing all these other fights, talking about he's scared to fight Ryan Garcia. That's all you want to see. Well, Ryan Garcia is the one that's getting in the way of it. Well, he running away from the fight. And he been doing that since the beginning. Since he got beat by Rolly Romero, and Rolly Romero didn't want to fight Devin, Rolly Romero stepped to the side publicly. He said he'll step to the side. He said he think that Devin and Ryan should still fight. And what Ryan do? Fake the hand injury, went out and talking about that he was dealing with mental health again. Oscar De La Hoya came out and said that there was no rematch. They didn't want the rematch and all of that stuff blatantly out in public. But y'all want to still say that Devin Haney is the one ducking. And then to top it off, when after that he came back when the smoke cleared and tried to fight, and he now fighting Mario Barrios. And somebody asked him in the interview why he was taking that fight instead of fighting Devin Haney, and his explanation was because his fans' criticism with him is that he never been a champion before, and so he trying to be a champion. But that's not an excuse to duck Devin Haney, because Devin is a champion in his own right. So you would still be a champion if you beat Devin Haney. So come on, man. I already could see through it. I already saw through it that he was trying to duck Devin Haney, by going to fight Barrios, because I already knew that he was going to try to fight somebody else. I thought he was going to try to fight Rolly Romero after he got out of the Mario Barrios fight. But now we know the full plan. Conor Benn was going to do his dirty work and try to knock Rolly off. Pause. So he was going to try to get Rolly out the way, just like Devin was going to get Rolly out the way. But Rolly refused to fight Devin, so he's going to fight Conor Benn, so Conor Benn can try to get him out the way. And given that Ryan Garcia is going to beat Mario Barrios, those two can meet up there. And so still no Devin fight, still ducking Devin. And nobody ain't going to say nothing about it. But I'm saying something about it. I'm bringing it to y'all attention right now. Ryan Garcia is ducking the rematch. He ducking Devin Haney. He been doing it. And y'all already know, man. Let me play it again for the people who came in late, who don't know what I'm talking about.
You're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia. Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between
Y'all hear that? No matter what.
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Then we're getting hey!
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the Rolly fight for May.
I don't know what's going on with it, why it's so dark and everything, but I'm pretty sure y'all can see that that's Showbiz, the adult, and your boy Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? Telling on Ryan without realizing that's what he doing, because Ryan is ducking Devin Haney again. And everybody is okay in Ryan with fighting Mario Barrios, because everybody is saying that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is the biggest fight that Turkey Alashik want to see, and he's only fighting Mario Barrios so he can get a belt, and then Devin Haney and him the fight could be bigger and all this other stuff that they want to say, to give Ryan Garcia a pass, an excuse, but I ain't buying it, bro. You always trying to get these guys excuses for that.
Excuses.
Excuses.
I got excuses.
Punk. What's up, Smoke?
Nah.
What you got on my drink?
Nah.
Don't lie.
And then, man.
What you got, Craig?
I'm broke as a joke.
Y'all some high rollers, and y'all broke. What's up, Stanley? Well,
why everybody ducking Devin Haney, man? Why they ducking Devin Haney? But what y'all think about this Xander Zayas fight, though, man? Xander Zayas is definitely a bigger fight than Devin versus Boots, man. Now, I know everybody want to see him fight Boots. I want to see him fight Boots too, man. I'm not one of these guys who be trying to protect fighters and all of that. I ain't into that. I want to see all the best fights, man. I want to see the best fight the best. Yeah, Dank.
then, punk. What's up, Smoke?
Name?
What you got on my drink?
Name?
Don't lie.
Hey, name, man.
What you got, Craig?
I'm broke as a joke.
Y'all some high rollers, and y'all broke. What's up, Stanley? Well, fuck you then, punk. Who else wants some of T-Bone?
I wanna go to sleep.
The dreams I know from.
Give me that red. Give me a wet red. God damn, boy.
Wet rag.
I don't like that. No. Whoop his
hand
ass.
on.
You sure you all right? Breathe.
Hey, Greg, salute, Greg. Hey, Greg, I want to ask you a question, man. Can you hit that link, Greg, if you can, if you got time? Joseph Jackson, man. Salute, bro. Bradley 68. Come on, I ain't saying that, man. I'm not saying Boots duck Devin. I'm not saying Devin duck Boots. I don't believe none of that stuff, man. You know, I'm a Boots fan and I'm a Devin fan. I'm not gonna lie on either one of them. You know, I just believe, you know, that the Xander Zayas fight is a bigger fight. Now, Blaze, salute, bro. Jay Grant Jr., salute to you, bro. No, but I just I just think that the dynamics of the Xander Zayas. All right, Greg. Yeah, I just think that the dynamics of the Xander Zayas versus Devin makes it a bigger fight. You know, because Boots and Devin are two black fighters. You know, I don't think it's as bigger of a fight as that is. I mean, I'll be surprised. I guess you'll have to prove me wrong, but well, they have to prove me wrong, you know, if it ever happened. But you know, I definitely think that Xander Zayas is a bigger fight. You know. Let me see what y'all talking about. He said, Mayorga said, one knockdown in his entire highlight reel. It was only one knockdown in that fight, bro. I only put that fight up there. You know what I mean? That was I was jabbing at them. Whatnot. Cornelius, what's good, yo? What'd he say? Flyer frequency, you have to put Boots and Craig. I don't know what you mean. Okay, let me see what Dank said. He said, Zayas and Haney Puerto Rican parade weekend at MSG is sold out. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm talking about. You know? Like, I don't know what's up with them, man. I don't know why they trying to pretend like they don't know what's good. They trying to pretend like they don't know that's a bigger fight, man. But y'all see, man. Y'all see, what I was saying about Ryan Garcia, man. I knew it. You saw that, Blaze?
No
I was telling
what,
you, Blaze.
you're in line to take on the winner between
Blaze, I was telling you, bro.
Yes.
Ryan Garcia. Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May.
Blaze, hit that link, Blaze. Tell me what you think, man, because you was the one arguing against this. You was trying to give Ryan Garcia a pass for fighting Barrios instead of fighting Devin and all of that. After I kept telling you, man, I kept telling you that that's not what he was trying to do. He was trying to duck Devin, and he was going to try to fight Rolly Romero. And I still think that was true. And that's why we got Conor Ben trying to fight Rolly Romero to get him out the way.
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Then we're getting. Hey!
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the Rolly fight for May.
Yo!
Yeah, Jonathan. He got these bums hot, man. He got 147 in shambles, man. Word. Let me see. What he said? He said, "F no, Ryan don't want that Ben smoke." Apparently he do, bro. That's for Ryan. Conor Ben is an easier fight than Devin Haney because he know Devin Haney. See, Ryan Garcia know if Devin Haney would have boxed him the way he should have, I don't think Ryan think he got a chance if Devin Haney is going to box him. See, Devin played into his hands. His whole plan to walk Ryan Garcia down is part of the reason why Ryan Garcia was able to land on Devin the way he did, and them PEDs and all of that, and the 3 pounds overweight, 3.5 pounds or whatever it was, man. That's just a recipe for disaster, man. If you ask me, let me see what he said. He said, "You got it. I understand that." Devin push after fading the boots fan. Huh? I don't understand that. After fatting? He said, "Dev, step on the block. Niggas get missing." To push it to the limit regardless. Yeah, I felt like in that fight, that was a weird fight with Devin and Ryan. Both of them was other than they self. Both of them was other than they self. You saw Ryan Garcia very confident moving forward against Devin Haney, but you saw Devin Haney moving forward against him. And it was times like Ryan ain't know what he was like out of his body, if you understand what I'm saying. He was like, he confident at one moment, and then he not confident, he's scared, he turning his back and doing all this weird stuff. Then I don't know, people was trying to give him excuse saying that that he was trying to rest, he needed to rest or whatever. But you ain't really do nothing. It's like, it's not like all you did was you threw a couple punches, knocked Devin down. It didn't take much, for you to knock Devin down. Whenever you landed, whenever that left hook landed, it hurt Devin. So I don't understand, how you out of breath and everything. I don't think that's what it was. I think he was just turning his back, because he didn't know what else to do. He ain't really had no defense.
Had to bring the dinosaur back.
It was good, bro.
What's up, gang? I don't even know what you're talking about. I just came up.
No, I was just talking about the Ryan Garcia with Devin Haney fight. Going back to that, because this interview right here, that let me show it.
No matter what,
this interview that Showbiz did with Conor Ben lets the cat out the bag that him and Rolly Romero is setting up a fight now. But at the beginning of it, Showbiz said, no matter what, we know that you're getting the winner of Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios. And so that tells a lot. Everybody's trying to make it seem like Devin Haney was ducking Ryan Garcia. I was trying to tell him it's the opposite. Ryan Garcia is ducking him, and
they're doing
this
everything
tells
they
it
can
right here.
To take on the
What they
winner
doing
between
everything they
Ryan
can to avoid
Garcia
that fight.
and Mario
They'll either be
Barrios.
Rolly and May.
Hold on. Listen to the beginning of this.
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario
They'll either be
Barrios.
Rolly and May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Maybe he means
I
like you're
don't
in
know.
line.
I don't know. I think it might be an
win.
exclusive.
Then we get a hey!
Yeah, it might be an exclusive.
Yeah, that's enough right there. But
I say maybe he means pending a win, because I don't think you could put him in that fight if he lose the Rolly. I don't think you could put him in that seat.
Wait, who? Oh, so you saying that? Yeah, but I'm saying that people out here saying that Ryan Garcia took the Mario Barrios fight so he can get a belt, so the fight between him and Devin Haney could be bigger. But that's not what it is, man. Conor Ben is set up to get the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, no matter what, like Showbiz said.
Yeah, that's because
that's
the WBC named him the mandatory for the belt.
Yo,
I mean,
gang, what up, gang?
What's good,
what
Dan?
What it do? Salute to the panel.
God, what's up,
Hey,
man?
yo, we got Greg up here too.
Oh, Greg Hackett was good. Here for boxing was good. Flyer was good.
I don't see Greg. Oh,
salute,
yeah, I
Greg.
see him. What's up, G?
What's going on, y'all?
Oh,
How
I
y'all
see him
feeling?
now. I see him now. What's up, gang? How you?
Yo, I called Greg up for a second. I just wanted to ask him something.
Hold on, before you ask him, Greg, great work in the Jesse Hart fight, man. That was great work you exhibited and shit.
Yo,
Man.
what you?
They robbed
I
him.
know I heard you yell some shit about a seafood boil.
Yeah.
Talking about some he had a seafood boil last night. I said this nigga Greg crazy, man.
Because he was eating after the
So
weigh-in, that's what he was eating.
He had a seafood boil.
The way you called out that he was gonna do some funny shit and then he did it like a minute later, that was brilliant, man.
Nah,
Appreciate
that nigga
it.
Greg
Now
had
you
me
know
ready
what's
to
going
fight,
on
man.
in the fight and shit, man. Appreciate your insight and shit, man.
Appreciate y'all.
I was gonna say Greg had me ready to fight, man. I'm listening to them pep talks. I'm like, shit, I want to rumble. I'm trying to mix. Who want one?
Shit.
That was thorough, bro. Good work, man.
Appreciate
I'm
y'all,
sure,
man.
like that's just proof though. Like when cause I always defend you when it comes to them cats. They be trying to like shade your record or whatever. I'm like, yo, like Eric Spoelstra won a championship. He never played in the NBA. You ain't gotta play in the NBA to be a good coach. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta be the best player to be a good coach. So shout out to you for definitely working that lane out for yourself.
Appreciate that.
Sure, bro.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
what I wanted to ask you, I
Oh,
was
if Frequent
saying,
talking, I can't hear him. We that happen all the
you
time,
can't
bro.
hear me?
No, I can hear
Yup.
you.
Nah, Frequent
Okay.
might not be able to hear me. We always got this problem. I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right, salute. Yeah, well, I was having a conversation with somebody, right, Greg? And we was talking about Shakur, right? And I was telling the guy, I was saying, I remember back like it was a couple years, man, a couple years back. Like I remember like seeing Shakur in and around like Bozy Gym,
Right.
training with boots and stuff like that. I saw a couple like interviews or whatnot that people asked Shakur about boots and Bud and stuff like that. That was like back when Bud was at 147 and everything. And Boots was coming up in 147. Shakur was training in there. And I was saying, I forget what fight that I saw from with Shakur, and he was doing some nice inside work. And I was telling him, I think it was Boxing Hacker that I was talking to or whatnot, but I was telling him that, I think that he was saying that Shakur soak up, he soaked up like a lot of his skills and stuff, a lot of the little things that he do from Bud. And I was saying, yo, I think, I think I remember, seeing him in and around Bozy Gym, and me seeing that inside work that he was doing. It just reminded me of what be coming out of Philly, how he was fighting on the inside. And I was saying that I thought that, he possibly could have soaked up some of his little tricks and stuff from Boots too, you know, because they did train together and all. I don't know if they still do that, but am I way off for saying that? Like, is that
No, because you know Boots got that. Like Boots is a
hold
teacher
on,
too.
I was asking Greg because Greg,
Oh, my
you know,
fault.
No, I don't think you way off though. Like my man was great. Say Shakur, he one of them people like I think if he see a kid do something that he like, he'll take it. You know what I'm saying? And he did spend some time around Bo and them and Boots and all them. But I think he spent a nice amount of time with Bud too. So I think he picked it up, you know, anywhere he go, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and particularly like the shoulder rolling and stuff that he be doing on the inside and all that. Like I don't really see Bud fight like that a lot, you know. I see Boots do more of that stuff, and I see Shakur do that too. So I was saying like I thought that, you know, I was telling him like it looked like, you know, he soaked that up from, you know, Philly, you know, not from you know, training with Bud. But I could be wrong, you know.
Yeah,
I
Bud
just
don't
wanted to
shoulder
ask you what
roll.
you thought
No,
about that.
Bud don't shoulder roll ever. I don't think I ever seen Bud shoulder roll.
Me neither. That's why I was saying that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to remember Mayweather made the shoulder roll famous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's been out for a long time
You
fighting
sure
out here.
it wasn't James Tony?
Well, James Toney, he did it to the point where it was his thing. You know what I mean? After Georgie
Yeah,
Benton, but when I
right,
say Mayweather made it famous, Mayweather
right,
made it.
right,
He made it cool to do. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
Like a trend, like a pair of Jordans. You know what I
right.
mean? You know,
Yeah,
but
he tried to rename it, right?
well, I mean, I don't know. Because the truth is, all the terminology that people use is different. You know what I mean? So we could be teaching the same thing, but one person called the shoulder roll, another person called the Philly shell. The crazy thing is, we never called it that though in Philly. We
It's
never
Philly
just a
was
called it
style
that.
of
I
fighting,
always
right?
heard the shoulder roll.
Yeah, but in Philly, it never really had a name because it was just
Yeah,
something naturally that
right,
Philly
right.
fighters did. You know what I'm saying? It just came out natural for Philly fighters, so it was never like a thing where you gave it a name.
Yo, I tried to do that shit one time in the gym and got punched in the fucking head. I was like, let me stop this dumb shit. It looks simple. It looks so simple, bro. It's the hardest thing in the world to do, bro.
Hey, but
Yeah,
I remember watching a video with it was on the Mayweather channel though, and it was Floyd Senior, man, and he was standing there, and he had some guy standing in front of him, and he just kept telling him throw a punch, and he was
I know what
blocking it
you're
with the
talking about.
shoulder roll. You know what I'm
Everything,
talking about?
everything. Yeah, I
Yo,
seen it.
Senior,
Yep.
nice, bro.
Yep. I seen it. Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like it ain't really translate in
You
the
know
ring
how
all the
you
way.
know what
You
I'm gonna
know,
tell you
Floyd, like,
when I knew Senior was nice though, it's gonna sound crazy, but when he was in there with the boy Charlie Zelenoff, you could see how effortless he made like his movements, like even at that big age. Like he still was like he was bending at the waist and parrying the punches and slipping everything. I'm like, oh, this boy
you talking
older
about when they was in the
nice.
ring? They was
When
in
they
the
was in
ring
the
playing
ring
around.
and then the white boys, no, they weren't playing. The white boys snuck him and then they went in there and whooped his ass. But
Oh,
you ain't never see that, John?
I think I probably was looking at the same video.
It was Floyd Senior and the white boy Charlie Zelenoff. They was doing their thing, and then the white boy tried to go crazy on him. Floyd blocked everything. Floyd Senior blocked everything. Then he turned around and tried to jump on the ball. Young boy tried to jump out the ring real fast, like on some timeout stuff, because he got tired. So they made him get back in the ring. So when he went to jump out, Floyd Senior turned his back, and Bull stole him from behind. And then Floyd Young boy jumped in there and whooped his ass.
Greggy Cash, what up?
what's the deal, bro?
Man, chilling, man.
Well, I
I
said before you
came
get a
late,
chance.
man. I
No, we just got here, but you sound like you skipping and all that. You transforming, bro.
have been detected transformed.
No, but we was up here talking about Boots versus Devin and Xander Zayas versus Devin. You know, is it which is a bigger fight?
Yeah,
So I was saying that me personally, I think that Xander Zayas versus Devin is a bigger fight, you know, because of the whole dynamic of, you know, you have a fighter that's born on the island, Puerto Rico. You know, you got all the Puerto Ricans going to get behind him, and then you got an African American fighter, you know, where
Yeah.
all of the the Afro Americans going to get the Black Americans going to get behind him and everything. And I think that makes for a bigger fight, just like the Boots versus Virgil fight. I think is a huge fight too, even though neither one of them have a belt at 154. But I think that's a huge fight, probably bigger than all the fights up there, because you have that dynamic of the Mexicans versus the Black Americans, the Black fighters, whatnot. So you have that whole thing. They try to say they call them the flat-footed fighters, and a slick black fighter. Boots embodies that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, bro. Do you think Devin is removing the conversation about fights being hard to make with him pressing everybody the way he is? Like, it's seeming like that argument is starting to go away because he pressing everything. He gonna get something.
Well, can I answer that? I don't think he pressing everybody. I think he playing it smart. And what I mean by smart is, if people believe that you want to fight these people, then they're going to tune.
He cut out, Greg.
Greg, you still there, bro?
Greg, yeah, Greg went out. He was about to. I was interested in hearing something.
My bad. Yo, hold on.
Oh, you back? Yeah, I was gonna say that too, though. I don't think that is that. I don't think it's gonna go away because people are not gonna look at it like Devin pressing everybody. I feel like people still up to the same old way of thinking and everything. Because I was on other panels and people saying that Devin is cherry picking. I'm like, how the hell you cherry pick a champion, a unified champion? But I understand what they mean. I understand they saying that Boots is, a lot of people looking at Boots like Boots is the toughest fight up there. I'm one of the people who believe that. I think Boots is the toughest fight up there for anybody.
I believe that too.
But at the same time, Boots don't have
hardware.
Boots don't have hardware, but at the same time, Xander Zayas ain't no small task either. He could beat Devin probably too.
So
that ain't no that don't I don't see that as no cherry pick.
When Dev tweeted, he was like, Xander got 2 belts. That was a warning shot. That wasn't like Dev knew he had 2 belts. He knew what he was doing. He's like, that's a warning shot. I'm letting you know you on my radar now. Like, you on my radar.
Hey,
that's
look,
what
but by that,
Dev's letting everybody know you in my crosshairs.
But look, by that logic, because Boots is, I feel like Boots is the toughest fight up there for Devin. But by that logic, anybody else up there is a cherry pick. That's what they're trying to make it out to be. Like anybody else other than Boots is a cherry pick.
With all due respect to Boots, anytime there's a fighter that they don't like, and it's generally Devin and Bud, everybody has to fight. Everybody has to fight Boots to be worthy of. And no shade to Boots, but like Boots is a great fighter, but he's not the mark of your greatness. He's a really good fighter that you beat if you beat, but he's not like the pinnacle of boxing. And that's how these dudes act like he is. And I don't like that they put that on his shoulders, because just because you don't like Devin, just because you don't like Bud, they automatically got to fight Boots. Come on with that cornball shit.
You know what it is though? It's the eye test. I think Boots fly. I think when people see Boots, people who keeping it real, when they see Boots fight, man, and the things that he do, they can see the talent level is
it's undeniable.
In the stratosphere somewhere. So they see that. Yeah, it's undeniable. So they see that. And, even like for some people, he ain't even got to fight nobody. But then you got the naysayers that say, no, he ain't fight nobody or whatever. But it's them people who see it. Like the first time you saw Tank, when he really started getting down, you like, all right, yeah, he got skills. The first time you saw Shakur, all right, yeah, he one of them ones. Like before you even seen him fight somebody, like Tio, you already knew he had it. But to this point, he had to get in the ring to prove himself. And I think that's the same dilemma that Boots have. Nobody is, eager to get in the ring with him. Well, nobody that's really going to solidify him like that. They ain't want it. When he got the 147, you had people like Sean Porter talking about they ain't gonna fight him. People stepping to the side, man. They don't want them problems, man. They making up all different types of excuses, outpricing themselves and all of that. Nobody want to be the one. Even Danny Garcia. I love Danny Garcia, man, but he said, "Hey, Boots ain't gonna build his legacy up off of me." He said something like that, and I feel him, because he on his way out. But at the same time, man, one of these guys got to get in the ring with him, man. so we could
Yeah.
see.
But I've always said me and Jamil.
One of the agents then tapped in on my guy.
My
Yo,
bad, y'all.
Greg, you back, bro?
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Oh, go ahead, you got it.
So I was just saying, like, Dev. One thing Dev know, well, not Dev. I gotta stop saying Dev because Bill is the head of that situation. Bill know the algorithm. He know how to move the algorithm. He know how to control it. He know how to slow it down. He know how to erase themselves from it and reinvent themselves. He know how to do all that. When you calling out these guys that's at a weight class you never fought at, we gotta think back when he said he would fight Boots, right? And he was saying that the fight would have to be at 47. Boots was saying, "All right, but I'm getting ready to go up, and I'm getting ready to go up. But what I'll do is we could fight at 52." And he said, "Well, I'm not fighting at 52 because I haven't even fought at 47. So now all of a sudden, why would you fight Xander Zayas at 154?" And I know what he's saying because of the titles, but he also know them dudes. Once you cross that line, 154, you're not dealing with small guys no more. I don't give a fuck about the height part. You're not dealing with small men no more. You know what I mean? You dealing with motherfuckers that really got good size to them and they can really hurt you. So if you wouldn't fight Boots, why all of a sudden you would fight Xander?
Well, but the belts is always there
Sorry, yo,
though,
can y'all hear me?
Greg.
I got a phone. I
Even
got
that.
interrupted by a phone call.
Yeah, we hear you. But even
Yo,
though
can you hear me, bro?
yeah, we hear you. You can't hear me. I don't think he can hear me. Yeah. Even at 147, Boots had them two titles at 147 too. And he had the lineal title. So Dev saying he want to fight him at 147, to me that's understandable, not to want to fight him at 152 where he not going to get none of the accolades for, he not going to get, the two titles or, you fighting him for nothing.
No,
Who
I
wants to
understand.
take that chance
No, I
with a fighter
understand.
as skilled as Boots?
I understand that. What I'm saying is, when we hear about these trades in the NFL and the NBA, we hear about them when we hear about them. Them niggas be knowing about that shit weeks and months before it happened. Well, what I'm saying is he knew at the time when he said he wanted to fight Boots, he knew Boots was getting ready to go up. He knew that. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to boxing, just like if you look at Abdullah Mason, if you look at Raymond Muratalla, and if you look at Kid Schofield, them niggas is getting ready to go to 40. And Africa is getting ready to go to 47. They've been at those weight classes for too long, and it's too tough to keep making that weight when you growing as a man. So what I'm saying is, I'm calling Dev a bluff. He's bluffing when he say he want to fight those guys. The reason he's saying it though is because when people hear it, it look like he on all dog shit. So therefore, at the end of the day, you can't do nothing but respect his name because it'd be like, man, he be calling out everybody. Yeah,
But
but he know they're not going to happen. But he
Greg,
know it's not going to happen.
Let me ask you though. When has Dev been known to cap though? Because Dev calling our
This is
names on his hit list and he going after them.
this is what I'm saying though. You That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You believe him because of the guys he's fought, right? You believe him. But he's never, if you really look at it, he's never challenged himself like that.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
tell you
different
why. I'm
that's
gonna
a
tell you
different
why. I'm gonna tell you why I believe it because the fights are a lot easier to make now than they've ever been before. So when
that
you
sound
really when you talking like that, there is somebody who will put you in a position to do it. So you can't talk like that unless you're willing
and
to.
he gonna find a and I'm promising you he gonna find a way out. I'm promising
Dev
you.
never found his way out of nothing. I don't got no
Listen,
reason to
listen,
believe that he
listen.
will.
All right, so listen, answer me this. Which one of those fights was a fight he needed to find his way out of?
Apparently,
Well,
depending
well,
on who
people,
you talk to, a lot of people were saying that he was forced to fight Brian Norman Jr., which was the biggest piece of crap ever.
and they said Bill tried to find his
Listen,
way
They
out.
tried to
They
say
did
Bill
say
was
that.
going to try to
listen,
find his way out. They was
listen,
locked in camp. They wanted
listen,
that fight.
listen. What I'm trying to tell you. That you know how I could tell you that's a lie. He can't beat Devin Haney. The skills
We
ain't
no,
there.
well, me and you
Listen,
know
listen,
that, but
Yeah,
the
listen.
yeah,
What
people
I'm
we
that
knew
saying.
that.
watch,
Listen, but listen. What I'm saying. If somebody told me that, I still wouldn't believe it. If I didn't know none of it, I
so
wouldn't believe
Greg,
it because
respectfully, Greg, one day, respectfully, I heard you on Fanon platform, and Fanon said to you that he thought Devin wanted out of that fight, and you said you could see why he said that. And I'm like, I don't see it because he said he wanted the fight. He was on the hit list.
sometimes, listen. Sometimes when I talk to people and they be sounding smart, I let them sound smart. You dig me? I'm
Okay.
from Philly. I'm from Philly like you is, right? You
Right.
from Philly, and you know what I'm talking about. That's
For
how we
sure.
play.
You already know.
That's how we play ball. We let niggas walk themselves down alleys all the time. What
Because
I'm
he
saying,
said
what I-
that Dev was gonna get knocked out. Then he turned around after it was over and said, "Oh, they cherry picked him." I'm like,
and
"Come on, bro."
what did I kept even if I said I agree with what he was saying, what did I say the whole time was gonna happen? He can't
That you
beat
had
that.
Dev winning.
That he can't beat him. There's nothing he
For
can do
sure.
because education wise. Now I'm talking about a guy, Xander Zayas, that's bigger than Boots, that's getting better each fight at a weight class that you might not even really fuck around with until you probably 34 years old, something like that. He gonna be at 47 for a nice while. He not about to jump up and fuck with no Xander Zayas. And then Boots is that's just like stupidity to try to fight Boots right now.
I
It'll
just
be
think this is
Oh, so
Dev
you
way
saying,
of
oh, Greg, hold on, Greg. So you don't think he would fight Xander Zayas either?
what I'm saying, bro. What I'm saying is, we live in a world where all we gotta do is say some shit and everybody gonna believe it. Everybody gonna believe it,
he
bro.
ain't give me a reason to believe that he didn't. Because
Yeah, but
Keyshawn, go ahead, G.
listen what I'm saying. With smaller men,
But look, when
smaller
Keyshawn
men,
called him out, he answered the call. I think
and
dude's gonna stop calling Devin out because they know he gonna answer the phone.
listen what I'm saying. Keyshawn is a smaller man than a Xander Zayas and a Boots Ennis, and he's a less experienced man. He will fight. He will fight that kid. But I'm trying to tell you, he will not fight Xander Zayas or Boots Ennis. I'm telling you, it's all
So if he
just,
fights Xander Zayas, you would be surprised.
bro. I probably wouldn't talk about boxing for 2 weeks.
It'll just be if Dev fights Xander Zayas, it'll just be part of the course. It's just part of the course of me
Wait,
being
What I
a
wait,
said,
Dev
hold
what I
on.
fan.
Say
said,
that again. Say that again, Greg. What'd you say?
what I said was, if he fought Xander Zayas right now at 54, not right now as in next, but within the next couple years, if he fought Xander Zayas at 54, I wouldn't talk about boxing for 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell you why he not gonna fight Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas don't even have too long at 54. He gonna be at 60 soon.
Yeah, he about to move up. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying
but
to
hey, but
say.
that might,
If you
but that
can't,
might be that might be a good thing. That might play into his hands though, because but Xander Zayas have a harder weight cut to stay there, and
did y'all
Devin Haney
notice?
is going up there
Did you
comfortably.
did y'all notice that he moved to 47 when 47 opened up? Did y'all notice that?
Well, he was gonna do it anyway. He
Listen
had
to me.
to.
Listen to me. Did y'all notice he moved to 47 when it opened up?
But he was
Yeah.
at
He could have
140, 144, not 47, because that's they
no,
argued
that
me
is.
down like 144 is at
No, that is
147. That wasn't his first weight class.
anything over 40 is 47, bro. Anything over 40 is
Yeah,
47.
so Boost was still there when he fought at
Ye-
144.
Yeah, but he
All
wasn't
of them
trying to
guys were still there.
but he wasn't talking that. I'm trying to claim it. He know. Listen what I'm trying to say, bro. These niggas know the moves of the other fighters because it's a small community. People
Yeah, they
talk.
already know.
People talk. Word get around. Yo, Boots get ready to leave. Oh yeah? All right, we're gonna make it look like we want to fight him. Cause that'd be the craziest call out right now, simply because Boots got that stigma that don't nobody want to fight him. I'm trying to tell you, Devin Haney is not a pussy. I'm not calling him a pussy. What I'm saying is though, they very smart when it comes to this media shit. When it comes to this social media and this sports media, whatever you want to call it, they very smart when it comes to that, bro.
You know what? I just
Look,
find it
this
heinous.
hold on, real. You can have it after this. Here for boxing.
Hey
This my
yo,
only problem. This my only problem with that, though, Greg.
hey yo.
Um, yo, what?
You said
Oh,
nothing, man. You said I could have it after this. I'm like, hey yo, hey yo, pause.
no,
Hey yo,
man.
I'm cool.
No, but my only problem with that, though, Greg, is that Turkey Alashik was trying to find a fight for Devin. It started out with Rolly. He was originally supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia lost. Rolly Romero agreed to step to the side and let Ryan Garcia and Devin still get it. Ryan Garcia faked the hand injury, talking about mental health and all of that stuff, and faded out.
And black
Went
people
back.
bought it,
And
and black
so
people
they moved
believed them.
it. So then they replaced Turkey Alashik tried to replace him with Teofimo Lopez. Tio did some weirdo stuff, and he got himself out of it, after it was set. And then it came to Boots. So it's not like Devin just was going after Boots. You know, Turkey Alashik was trying to find people for Devin to fight. He was like just replacing the names. And Turkey Alashik, when he came with the Boots name,
Dev
Devin
said yes to
agreed.
everything. Yeah,
Hold
Dev
on. And
said yes to
when
whoever.
yeah,
My fault.
and so when Boots name came, Turkey Alashik even said that. You know, in a tweet, he put out a tweet and said he respect Devin because he'll fight anybody. Because when he slid Boots in there, I guess he didn't expect for Devin to still say yeah. You know,
And Dev said, yeah, make the fight.
Here's what I'm trying to say, bro. It's all about motives, pushing motives. It's about pushing what's that word I'm looking for, bro?
Agenda?
It's
you
agendas.
think
It's
Turkey
about
Alashik was in on it too?
Turkey Alashik, bro. He don't run boxing. How you gonna come in the game and run boxing? We thought Al Heyman ran boxing. He don't run. Don't nobody run boxing. You can't tell a
No,
nigga what they going to do. You can't make a move and say this was supposed to happen. But we
No,
could
but
make. But listen to what
when
I'm
you
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Please, my bad,
go ahead,
y'all.
bro.
My
No, you
bad.
good. No, go
But
ahead,
li-
bro. My fault. Go ahead.
but listen to what I'm saying. I can make things appear a certain way. I can do that. I can make things look. I can bend them a little bit and make things look like, yo, this nigga willing to fight anybody. Like, what's up? Come on, bro. It's terms and conditions with everything. Everything we do in life is terms and conditions. Y'all know that. Y'all gotta
Hey,
know
this,
that.
y'all. This what I want to say. What's up, everybody? What's up, for real?
salute,
Yo,
Rich.
yo,
Go
what's
ahead. You
up,
got it.
gang?
Now, I just wanted to say, man, hey, that's Greg, right? Man, I
Yeah.
saw you on YS and Media, YSM. Man, you did a take about Shakur, man. You broke down that fight, man. You did that shit perfect. I just saluted you on Dean channel, man. You did that shit perfect, man. I just wanted to say that, man.
Appreciate you,
For
brother.
real. That's
Hey,
all,
hey,
man.
hey, yo, Flyer.
Yo.
You know how you was making your point that nobody at 154 want to be the one against Boots. That's why I've been saying this whole time. If Eddie Hearn set Boots up with a title shot, and then these other guys are, doing what they doing, Fundora, PBC, and they doing that thing. I was just saying, as long as he a title winner at 154, that's good. He could start going to 160 and 168 because with his
Wait,
talent.
hold, Boots.
Yeah. Like if he get a title shot and he win a belt, like I'm feeling like that's good enough. He shouldn't worry about the politics that Fundora's guys like that's on PBC be hollering about. I feel like he gonna get most of his legacy at 160 and 168 because those guys are bigger and they might be more willing to fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I just don't like when we be acting like it's something easy feat. Like we want to just push these fighters up and keep pushing them up and wait.
But he big
So
though. He big as hell.
The man only 5'10" though. He ain't that. He not like no 6'1",
He
six
be in the
two.
gym. He be looking like 185. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
he deep. I keep trying
yeah,
to tell. That's why I keep trying to tell people though. Like, you got to
Wait,
think about
who
the
Diesel?
average.
Who you talking about?
You got to think about
Boots.
the average
Oh,
size
Boots.
of a
Okay.
grown. You got to think about the average size of a grown man. How much all y'all weigh on here right now?
I'm about 220, 221.
Grown man, 221.
6 foot.
Right. So if you was to start boxing at 6 foot, you know what the average with the average height with your height, you know where they be telling you got to fight at 160. So you being 6 foot weighing 220 right now, that means you got to lose 60 pounds. You understand what I'm saying? That's
Right.
that's that's
But his
that's
talent could take him there though, Greg.
I'm
He
not
held
saying
to a higher
no.
expectation.
I'm not saying that it can't. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is all of these niggas is grown men. All these niggas walk around heavy. Don't let them niggas think, hey, you thinking that a nigga fight at 54, he walk around at 64. No, that's bullshit. We talking about grown men with kids and shit. These niggas be walking around with damn near 200 pounds.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I ain't want to say who, but I had a little back and forth with somebody a while ago. Somebody in y'all gym. I'll tell you later. G, he told me he seen Boots hit 190 one day, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And he said 3 weeks later he was 160.
Bro,
So
well,
it's
I
like
don't know
it's
about
easy
3
for him.
weeks. 30
He
pounds in
said he
3 weeks
lost a
is
lot of
drastic.
weight, bro.
Yeah,
He
30
lost a
pounds
lot
is
of weight.
but 30 pounds in 3 weeks is
Yeah.
drastic, though.
He
I
said he
wouldn't.
came down a ton though. Like he said he was heavy, and he said he was like 185, 190, and he said a couple weeks later he was down like 30 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not I wouldn't say 30, but probably 20.
Yeah. It was a while ago. I mean, he told me it was a while ago, but yeah, he said Boots like not blows up, but he just puts his weight back on.
But do you
I
agree
mean,
though,
but we
G?
be
Like
seeing
since
these
we
fighters campaigning at a weight class, and we be so quick to push him up to the next one. Even if they just got there, like Boost just got the 154. He just came from 147. You know what I'm saying? He moved up to 154 because people at 147 was acting like they didn't want to fight him. And well, he did get come out and say that the doctor advised that he move up to 154. But now, from 154 to 160, and then next y'all gonna be telling him to go to 168 or whatever and campaign up there. I think he should stay at 154, man.
You think he gonna get his just due at 154, or it's gonna be at a higher weight class? That's all I'm saying.
He not gonna get his just due till he fight at heavyweight, bro. That's just the game, bro.
Not heavyweight. I'm not saying heavyweight.
Listen what I'm trying to say. Look what they did to Bud, bro. They tried to make Bud look like a regular guy for a long time. He had to really, really fight to earn his keep.
I'm glad somebody's saying it.
So what I'm saying is, you think they want another nigga coming right behind them doing the same thing? Think about it. Just think about it.
Hey, Freeman, I'm gonna jump off for a little bit. I'm gonna get dinner done in here. I'll hit you back.
Them
All right,
dudes,
salute, bro.
them dudes at 60 and 68, I feel will more than likely get in the ring easier than these little guys at 154. For some reason, it just seemed like
but you calling them little guys, but Fundora is 6'6".
He the only one.
Yeah, but all them Xander bigger than Boots. Them niggas big, bro. Them niggas ain't little. Them niggas is big. The only one that's little up there right now is Thurman.
Shit, Virgil little.
Virgil ain't little. Virgil and Boots same size.
Hey, I'm just saying it on the point of getting them dudes in the ring so that he can actually get his greatness. He can get his greatness and his great fights. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you why they giving Boots a hard time, bro. Because he don't have no flaws outside the ring. He don't Boots not out here. It's not stories about Boots being drunk and him passing out in front of bars. It's not stories out here about him fucking with girls to the point he catching domestic cases and shit like that. He don't have them issues. So because he don't have them issues and because he dedicated to his craft, that makes him the toughest fight in boxing. Nobody want to deal with that because all of these niggas got issues, bro. All of them. All of them. So nobody want to deal with a fucking geek that really be in the gym. Nobody want to deal with that shit. I'm telling you. It's not that he the best talented fighter. It's not that. That nigga take care of his body. That motherfucker really go to bed. That motherfucker really do what he's supposed to do. He trained 2-3 times a day. He doing what he's supposed to do. So nobody don't want to deal with that. Because at the end of the day, he get in the ring and didn't perform. So it's like, hold up. The motherfucker work hard. He talented. And he live like he's supposed. I'm like, bro, I don't feel like dealing with that shit. So I heard you say Danny earlier wouldn't fight him. Because Danny know. Why would I do that to myself? Why would I go in there? Why would I go in there with a young lion?
I think Boots should fight more of them Lima niggas and then have everybody on his dick, have all them other niggas at 154 jealous of that shit. And then they gonna start eventually trying to call him out. I think he should just do his own thing. Yeah. I think he should just do his own thing and don't even pay attention to what nobody say because eventually they gonna start calling him out. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it's gonna be a point where they gonna see, damn, this nigga doing this, and they gonna start calling him out thinking that he don't want to fight. The more he should, that's anywhere in life. The more you show you want something, you ever made a bitch ever feel like you need her or something like that, she just start acting extra funny. That's just everywhere in life. Once you start acting like you need something, motherfuckers just start acting funny. Look at the Virgil thing. It shows you. It shows you. Like soon as they see that you need it, you hungry for it, man. That's when they be becoming. You know what I'm saying? You gotta act like you don't need it. Act like you don't want it.
It ain't nothing wrong.
I feel like that's what he should do.
The Bud fought a bunch of like B+ fighters. I was just thinking about that, but they was all different styles and they was tough, good fights. Boots could do the same thing and just go through a gauntlet of different styles.
Hey, if they get in the ring with him though.
No, I'm talking about more of them Limas, knock them out and get more people talking, and then eventually somebody gonna keep jumping out there. Oh, he don't do this, and then that shit gonna slap them in their face. Look, what you trying to do?
I'm pretty sure it's contenders in
them words
the top
them words gonna bounce back on their ass.
Hey, we got somebody else on the panel too. Drew, what's good, bro?
What's up with y'all? Salute to the chat.
Salute, bro.
Was
What
good.
you got?
Yeah. I had a quick question for Greg. I rock with you, Greg.
Appreciate
Um,
you, bro.
I wanted to take it back to Devin Haney real quick. You were saying that you 100% think he didn't want that fight with Xander Zayas.
For sure.
What have you seen in Devin Haney's past that makes you think he would say something like that and not really want that fight?
Because Devin Haney's career has been online since he was an amateur fighter. I said it earlier. His father he knows how to work the algorithm, bro. So they know what to do to get people riled up. You know what I'm saying? They know what to do to make people talk about them. That's all you got to do in this world to make money. You don't got to fight these guys. So my thing is, if you saying you never fought at 47 and you wouldn't fight Boots at 52, why would you now say you're gonna fight Xander Zayas, a man that's still growing and still getting better at 54, who's bigger than Boots?
Okay, so
I think it's some belts, Greg.
it's not even that, but have what do you see in their styles that you think Xander Zayas has the upper hand against Haney though?
It's not the
Because
style.
stylistically,
It's not
Haney's a
the.
bad matchup for Zayas. So
It's not the
I
style.
I
favor
feel
Haney
like
in that match straight up,
It's not the
I feel
even
like
though
style.
he's bigger.
Boots is more of a threat than Xander Zayas because Boots,
Yeah,
man,
yeah. Boots is for sure more of a
Boots can
threat,
knock
but
you out. Well,
I think Haney
not that
was
Xander
serious
can.
about that call out too though.
What I'm saying is, bro, I ain't trying to be talking down on nobody or talk like I'm being disrespectful.
No, no, I
Bro,
feel it. I feel it.
I'm saying, bro, these niggas be monsters, bro. He not gonna go fight no monster right now. It don't make sense.
Zayas ain't no monster yet though.
But he is though. He is.
Nah, he's
I'm gonna tell you
not.
why. I'm gonna tell you why.
He right now, Haney could beat him right now.
I'm gonna tell
He
you
could
why
for
Xander.
sure beat him.
I'm gonna tell you why Xander. He not a monster, but I'm gonna tell you why it can happen at any given night. The motherfucker only not a monster because he don't know that he a monster. He don't know. We looking at it. If we watching him. He don't know that he a monster. So he only gonna do what he believe. Now, if
Yeah,
you
but
force
that's
his
what
hold on,
Haney
hold on,
sees
hold on,
though. Haney,
hold on. But if you force his hand for him to do something otherwise, it's gonna come out. Trust me, bro.
nah, he
You
ain't
don't.
gonna be ready.
What I'm
He ain't
saying
gonna
is,
be.
what I'm saying is, he don't want to. Dev don't want to be the example of that. You don't want to be the example.
Nah,
Listen, what y'all keep forgetting, right? What y'all keep forgetting, and listen, I'm gonna be real. Ryan Garcia was high out of his mind. Yes, he was, but it was his father's decision that night that he was gonna stand there and try to beat Ryan to the punch. You understand?
yeah,
So what
that
that
was a
tell
bad game plan, straight
what
up.
that tell well, yeah, but what that tells me is there's times in camp where y'all niggas feel like experimenting. When you experimenting, you're not really sure because you're just trying to see what's going to happen. That's what
But you
exper.
see how
That's
he
what.
came out
But
after
just hear
that
me
though.
out.
He's not letting.
Just hear me out.
He
Just
ain't
hear me
letting
out.
none of that happen.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. What I'm saying is they're done with experimenting. We did that already. We're not about to make that mistake again. Experiment with a big ass Puerto Rican kid that could fucking hurt you, bro. Xander Zayas, we have not seen the best of Xander Zayas just yet. I'm trying to tell you, he get better every time he step out there. I'm telling you. He too big to be playing with right now. And it's not that he too big, he too young. He too big and too young. So what that means is he got the energy. He got the energy to be playing. So you don't want to go playing with him? Trust me. It's all cat, bro. I promise you. Promise from the bottom of my motherfucking feet. It's cat, bro. All it is to make the reason they doing that is to do so we can have these conversations that we having right now. Oh shit, Devin Haney a gun. He called out Xander Zayas. Come on, bro. You gotta show me, bro. I'm from where you gotta show me. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You gotta show me. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, Drew, you still here? Drew, you still here, yo? Drew. Dang, hold on. Let me see, y'all. I was trying to. His joint was super
So
loud.
so G,
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't think it'd be smart if Boots got a belt at 154 and then called out one of the top belt holders at 160?
I think I
Boots,
might have turned his mic down too low. Let me see.
bro. It don't matter what Boots do, bro. They gonna give him a hard time, bro.
I'm not. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him he a bad motherfucker.
No,
Hey,
no, the people could talk, but I'm talking about the business. The business side is gonna give Boots a hard time, bro. Trust me, bro.
Even at 160.
Trust me, bro.
Damn.
They gonna get a nigga a hard time, bro.
hey, I feel like if the fight don't happen, then you could come back and we could revisit this conversation.
It would
If
fight. It
we
would
know
fight don't happen.
if Devin don't fight Xander Zayas, if he don't, if they don't say nothing else about it, or show some different kind of energy or whatnot, then yeah, I feel like you was right. But right now, I don't know. I don't know if I see it. Because I ain't never see Devin do it in the past. Talk like he gonna fight somebody and then
Yeah, because
clout
those.
chasing.
But let me. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Flyer. Though it was nobody to do that with. All of those guys was right. They was right for Devin.
He
Now
was
it's
doing it
time.
with Tank.
What I'm saying is now it's time to really take a shot. Now you really taking a shot. The reason you really taking a shot is because now you dealing with guys who either are your size or bigger. They bigger. So now you really taking a shot. When you was fighting
What?
Lomachenko's, that's not taking a shot. Lomachenko too little. He too little
Hey, what?
for him. He
Hey,
could
Greg.
fight.
What about like Josh Kelly?
Josh Kelly and,
Mm,
and, and Dev,
Yeah.
mm,
they the same size.
mm,
They the same size. And guess what Josh
mm.
and guess what Josh Kelly do every fight after 7 rounds? Gas out every
I
fight.
was thinking Eddie Hearn was probably going to line. He was going to feed Josh Kelly to Boots to get Boots a title. That's what I was hoping was going to happen.
I don't even think Eddie gonna do that right away. That's supposed to be
Nope.
the plan, but I don't think he's gonna
Nope.
do that.
Me neither.
I don't think he's gonna do that right away because he'll be looked at as the devil in the UK. Why would you do that to a UK young boy? One of our youngins. This one of our guys. I thought you loved him, Eddie. Why would you do that?
I mean, hey man, I feel like once they get a title, man, you can't be, they fair game, man.
But listen,
Like young Abdullah Mason down there, man.
but this is boxing. We see corruption every week. Come on. Y'all gotta be for real. We see corruption every week. Every week somebody
Yeah,
get burnt.
yeah, but I don't know. I just looked at that situation that Boots got with Eddie Hearn. That's his Kobe Bryant. That's his Michael Jordan right there. That's his fighter that I'm feeling
But
like he want to hold on to. That's his breadwinner right there in the making. So I would think that that's his
I, I'm not
that's his
saying
best fighter.
I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong, but listen to what I'm saying. That would mean you would have to sacrifice one of your guys from your town. He from your country. That means you got to throw him all the way under the bus and get him rolled the fuck over. Listen to what I'm trying to say to you. That means Eddie got to go home. Eddie got to go home
Mm-hmm.
and everywhere he goes, somebody, you piece of shit. I can't believe you, Eddie. You fucking nut. You bum. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? This shit is
Yeah, I
deep.
mean,
This shit is deeper than just boxing. It's deeper than just boxing, bro. He got to go home. They might have his head for that. You never
yeah, he
know.
already he already do got that image. I heard that before in circles, people saying that Eddie Hearn get his fighters beat, man, because a lot of there was one year, I think it was last year, where a lot of his fighters was just getting beat.
But what I'm saying is, why would he do that to his youngin, to a nigga that's from around the corner, from around his way?
It's his only way. We gonna see what he made of because that's the only thing that he could do for Boost for real.
Yeah, what,
Like
what what else he gonna do, man?
that's the
Like I
only thing he
don't
could
know.
do.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, would that be smart for him personally? Would it be smart for him?
Yeah, if he take Boost on one of them hell
We
of a
we
runs.
we saying yeah because we want to see it. We don't know what he got to deal with in the UK. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going deeper than what niggas trying to go deeper than. We don't know what he got to deal with in the UK. You don't know what kind of niggas they got over there.
See, Greg a street nigga, man. He talking about street nigga shit.
No, I ain't talking about
No, no,
street nigga
I
shit.
understand.
I'm talking
No,
about the.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I know what you're
No, I
saying.
see what you're saying though,
Nah,
Grant,
I
because
see what
we
he's saying.
saw Bob Arum come out and say, that publicly that he kept Pacquiao away from Bud Crawford because he didn't want to see Pacquiao get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was diabolical right there. So it ain't, out of the reach of reality for something like that to happen. I see what you're
The,
saying.
the
And I understand
irony.
it and all of that, but I'm just hoping it's not.
Hey, bro, this the thing. If you think about the UK, bro, they got a stadium over there that got like 90,000 or some shit, right? Matter of fact, Connor Bennett, what's his name, just fought in there, and
What's
they
that?
actually,
Wembley?
Mm-hmm.
Wembley?
yeah, one of them joints, right? Them joints hold like 90,000, right? They just said Connor Bennett, and Eubank fought in there for 70,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's arenas like that in America, but there's not no arenas like that on a regular that they filling up like that. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that would be
Mm-hmm.
equivalent to niggas going to Dallas Stadium and filling it up at least 4 times a year, 5 times a year. Nobody's doing that in America. So why would
Mm-hmm.
he take his young bull, where they would have to have a fight over there? They would have to have a fight over there because he's the champion, and get him creamed in front of 90,000 people instead of just keep running it up off of
He
the
could
off of the young bull.
That's
he
Yeah, I
could
mean,
make
I
it
know
look
he, I
like
know he'd be kicking himself if he put him up against somebody else and somebody else beat him. Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
and then he can make it look like it's a 50-50 fight and save face. Like, yeah, Josh Kelly, I think he got a good shot. You know how they do, G.
He can't make
But
it look like that though.
man, they
He's
always
toast,
do, just like they was
man.
doing with Tio.
Man, that kid is toast. But Tio has beat guys like Lomachenko. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lomachenko is a proven guy. Murder Tazaliev, he was a guy we thought was dangerous. That was
Oh
it.
yeah.
That was it. But we didn't. He wasn't proven. We just thought he was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. When Tio fought Lomachenko, he beat a proven guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hardcore's gonna really look into it, but I'm just saying, like anybody that's just listening to Ring Magazine chats and all that, and they get to saying, "Oh, it's a fight that Josh Kelly can win," it won't look so bad. He could do it, especially if he take boots on one of them 5, 6 fight wins and become lineal. He'll be good. I don't know. I think he should though.
I don't know. We gonna see though.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what else Eddie Hearn gonna be able to do if he don't do that. If he don't make that move, I don't really see what other move he can make. As
No,
far as getting
I
Boots a
definitely
title shot,
no,
because
I
Boots need a
definitely
title shot.
No, I definitely understand that, and I definitely would like to see him go ahead and get the Josh Kelly fight or any other fight at 54. But I'm just saying, I don't think the business part. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. They gonna
Hey,
come up with all types of shit for Josh Kelly to hold on to that belt, bro.
What
hey,
about
G.
Virgil? They still pursuing Virgil? Like, is
That's
that
what I'm about
still
to
is
ask.
that still a possibility?
I don't think so. I don't think so because
You
Virgil.
heard Boots
How?
at the.
No, I'm just saying. How can we believe that fight gonna happen? They can't even get their shit together at the crib.
Uh, I heard Boots saying like it might be keeping his fingers crossed. It might be something announced this week or something. I don't know. He was saying something like that in the Ring Magazine interview. He was saying something like that. Hey G, who you think? What's your breakdown on Keyshawn and Devin if they do that, or what you think Keyshawn should do next? What you think Shakur should do next?
I think Keyshawn should stay at 40. I think Shakur should just stay at 40, and he just dog it out.
Yeah.
I don't
And what
think
you
I
What,
think?
don't
what y'all
think
think about
Keyshawn.
the rumor about Turkey Alashik wanting to see both of them fight each other?
Yeah, that has to happen. I feel like that has to happen.
Fact. Hey, what you think a tougher style for Shakur is with Africa and Gary Antoine.
Gary Antoine, bigger
Gary
puncher,
Antoine. Big
fast
time.
hands, bigger puncher, and he meaner.
Yeah. So you don't think no pure boxer could outbox Shakur, huh?
Not right now.
Not no
I don't.
Ashaki, not no Lamont, not no Africa.
I think Lamont give him more trouble than Oshaki would.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's
Look,
right. Shakur
Lamont
talking
a
about fighting
technician.
Lamont, right?
He a technician. Lamont for real with that shit. He ain't gonna let
Lamont,
you just
real
beat him.
fighter.
He'll
Yeah,
draw it up. You ain't gonna beat me. It might be a draw.
yeah, he a real fighter, bro. He
You
really
ain't
don't.
beat me, dog.
He a real fighter. He don't give a fuck, and he gonna get in that mud with you.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Damn.
So you think? So you think that Shakur should stay at 40, you think Keyshawn should stay at 40, and you think they should fight each other, Greg?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's why they trying to. That's why I want them to get out of the same weight class because they talking about they not fighting each other. So I feel like Shakur need to go down to 135, man. If he ain't gonna fight Keyshawn, or Key need to go up to 147 and do what he said he was gonna do, man. You gave your word. Like
But
people
if he
word just
go
mud now.
if he go to 47, then he start to look average. Then what happens to Keyshawn career? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why he reneged on what he said. He was like, I ain't gotta go up there. I could just eat at 40. And that's what he should do.
That's what he should do.
There's no need to rush. We saw what happened when Adrian Broner rushed. We don't need you to rush, champ. We just need you to go ahead and do what you do.
Yeah, because that'd be 140 to 147. He should try to get more power at 147, at 140 at least before you go to 147. I'm like, I don't know.
But look, y'all don't think that Shakur should go down to 135 and fight
Yeah.
Oshaki? Because
It's
Oshaki was
I'm
calling him
surprised.
out, you know
I'm
what I'm
surprised.
saying?
I'm surprised Greg said that about Lamar Roach and Oshaki because Oshaki looked at real good boxing, but I don't know.
I mean,
it always listen, it always matters what you have in front of you. That's what
Right,
matters, what you have in
right,
front of you. Cool
right.
Boy was not in shape. Cool Boy couldn't establish his jab, and he just was all out of whack. Let's call it what it is. He was all out
Mm-hmm.
of whack. Now, Oshaki did everything he was supposed to do. He didn't do
Mm-hmm.
anything wrong. What I'm saying is though, I've seen Lamont Roach in
Mm-hmm.
tougher situations, tougher styles, and go in there and handle business.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Oshaki do that. I seen Oshaki win. I mean, fight against Conceição, beat him, and then they robbed him. But then they give the fight to Oshaki the second time when it looked like Conceição won the second fight. That's what I
I
saw from
did
him.
watch that fight. I did watch that fight. That was a crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Damn.
so what you saying? You ain't sold on Shakur fighting Oshaki?
I'm not sold on that fight right away. Now, if that's the fight that you gotta go ahead and make it. If you gonna get paid good money and all that, make it. But the thing is, I'm not super impressed with that because I already see where Osheki can't really keep up with Shakur. Shakur is really a master, bro. He really is a
At
master.
boxing, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like as pure boxers, nobody can. I mean, shit, it's looking like guys can't hang with that boxing ability.
Hey
Just
man,
pure boxing.
I'm gonna ask y'all about the elephant in the room, man. Shakur versus Tank, man. If Tank, was to get, back in the ring, and be able to get past this situation that he in now for hypothetical reasons, how y'all see that fight with Tank versus Shakur playing out? Because I was saying somebody was telling me that Shakur do the same thing to Tank, and I'm like, no, because Tank is the type of fighter that he got ring IQ, and he also know how to adapt. He make adjustments in the ring on the fly. He one of those type of fighters that know how to make adjustments. So I don't see him, just not knowing what to do like Tio. I think that he probably gonna put up the high guard and try to walk Shakur down. If Shakur, if he can't get him with that, he gonna try to do different things. He ain't gonna just be stuck on one gear like Tio.
I hope to God not, man. I would hate for Tank to go out there and can't can't get past Shakur's, line, his gun line. That would be nasty to see. But yeah, I'll let you go. I'm out or the other Drew.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I, I think it'd be a great fight, man. It just depends on where Tank mental is. If Tank mentally is there and he's tuned all the way in, then we got a great fight on our hands. But if Tank can't get it together mentally outside the ring, then it's just gonna be tough. You're gonna see him get frustrated.
Curtains.
He gonna get frustrated
Curtains.
at some point. It's not even that Shakur beat the shit out of him. It's just that he'll be frustrated. So we're not gonna see the best Tank because his mindset ain't there. You know what I mean? His decision making isn't there. So we just won't see it. You know what I'm saying? This shit is mental. That's what and they say that because you could be in great shape and then get in the ring and start thinking about all types of other shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with the fight, and now you just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That can happen. You know what I mean? That has happened. So that's why they say the game is mental. Shakur mentally is one of the best because he controls the 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He get in there and control the whole 3 minutes. He understand what he doing at all times. Tank
So
hurt.
how do you take that away from him, G?
You got to make him uncomfortable. Mean you got to assault him. You got to really assault him. Like not no
You got to
playing
get
around
physical with
shit.
him.
Yeah, you got to
Physical
beat
with him.
him up. You got to really go at him and beat him up. And if you do now, if you do have the ability to box him, then you got to be at your best boxing. Meaning when he try his shit, you not there. Because when you try your shit, he not gonna be there. So you got to play that game of chess with him. I mean, but it's not many that can do that
Damn.
because that's his style. That's how he
Yeah.
fight. So the
That's
other
how he play.
option, would be to just go in there and really just physically assault him. Like you gotta lose your fucking mind in there.
Hey, I got somebody named Jay in the back. Just put your camera on for a second, then you can turn it back off, and I'll throw you up there once you put your camera on though. Um,
So so
yeah, I see you.
so
But yeah, let me say this. I know that we say that triangle theories don't work and everything, but I feel like this fight, if Shakur fight Lamont Roach, I
Uh-huh.
feel like that'll give us a little glimpse
it
of
will.
what we might be able to see
Hmm.
if Tank was to fight Shakur.
That's the fight I want for sure. I want to
Because
see
they
that
very
fight.
similar in the way they catch and shoot. When they fight with the high guard and all of that.
That's
Dang,
the
what
fight
happened to
right
Buddy?
there.
Buddy bounced off. When they fight with the high guard and all of that.
Yeah, that's a fact. So at 140 G, stylistically, who would you put up against Keyshawn
I would want to see Kenneth Sims next.
against Keyshawn?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go watch the Kenneth Smith. Damn, I ain't really
It
checked
seemed
it
like
like that.
everybody want to see Dalton Smith now. I kind of low key feel like they thinking he the weak link, but they see he got some traction, so now everybody trying to call him out. Keyshawn talking about he'll love that fight. I think I heard somebody talking about Shakur saying that he want that fight too. What y'all think
Dalton,
about Dalton?
Dalton Smith got a basic style, but he's very strong and he's strong minded. You know what I mean? So he's a dangerous fight, if you ask me. But he has a basic style. So that's probably why Keyshawn feel comfortable with taking that fight. Because his style, you can figure out his style. His style ain't too hard to figure out. But he's strong. He can punch.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Keyshawn tried to, because I think Keyshawn, anybody that Keyshawn fight, he gonna try to bang with him. He gonna just try to stand in
Hmm.
front of him and bang with him. You see him imposing his will on Dalton Smith like that?
I mean, I don't know. I can see him trying it. I can see him trying it for sure. But I don't know if it'll work all night. But I can see him trying it.
The way I look at the way I look at that, we saw Dalton Smith going back and forth with Matias. I don't see Matias as a big puncher like that. He just wear you down. It's just the volume. It's more like a Zapata or whatnot. I always said that them type of fighters who just threw a lot of punches and just catch a lot of punches, they don't really, display no defense or nothing like that. They just seem like they be willing to trade and take shots to give a shot and all of that. I always say that they gonna get beat soon as they fight somebody who could punch, who could punch well, or a boxer puncher. A good boxer puncher is going to get them out of there all the time, man.
I mean, it just
So
depends, man. It depends on what your heart desire that night. I mean, everybody like style. Sometimes you can't go off the style. Sometimes the styles matter, and then sometimes it just depends on what the motherfucker bringing to the table that night.
yeah, I see that.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight, man?
Oh, what's
What's
Good.
good?
good?
Who this Jay?
Yeah, this is Jay. I'm calling in from Miami.
Oh, what's good,
Oh,
bro?
that's my
Salute to you.
man, Jay. What's up?
What's good, G? Hey, G, I had a question for you in the panel also. I know you good with breakdowns, you feel me? Um, One of the questions I wanted to ask, I remember when I first got introduced to boxing, I just liked the Tank because the way he knocked people out, right? But
Yeah.
just watching G and your breakdown and everything, it kind of made me love the science of actually boxing. So usually back in the day, just watching Shakur fight, it used to just be boring to me. But really understanding how he fought, that shit was just like sweet science to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just the pure art of boxing. You get what I'm saying? But the question I got is, how do you a boxer like Shakur, not trying to glaze him or anything, but he had a great performance, who was very instinctive and very reactive, and his defense is good. How do you break that distance and like rattle him to make him overthink what you're gonna do next? Does it have to be another boxer? Does it have to be somebody like Gary Antoine? Because it was times where Tio was coming in. I don't know if Tio was just not quick enough, or how he was positioned to try to hit Shakur. But is it a Richardson Hitchens that have to fight Shakur to give him problems like another boxer, or is it like a Gary Antoine Russell who can box a little bit but be more of a pressure fighter?
I think for me, I think it would be more of a Gary Antoine because of the elements. Is more than a boxer. Like you said, he could box, he could bang, but it's at a great speed too. I mean, he got great hand speed. So I think he would give him more trouble because of that. But like I said earlier, it come down to confidence. Do you believe you could do it? Tio got inside and couldn't do nothing about it because he didn't believe it. When Tio would start to let his hands go because he knew Shakur wasn't going to be right there for him to finish the job, he wasn't confident. So you got to have great confidence when you fucking with Shakur because he going to take that away if he see any flaws. If he see you second guessing your style, then he going to have a ball. He going to have a ball. You know what's crazy? When he fought Edwin De Los Santos, you know why that fight was so tough? Not just because of the hand, but you know why? Because De Los Santos didn't give a fuck about him. He really didn't. The only thing that was giving De Los Santos was the trouble was how fast Shakur was getting away from him whenever he tried to get in there. But Shakur had to get away so fast because he was getting to him so fast. You know what I'm saying? And he did respect Shakur a little bit, but he really didn't. That's why Shakur was moving the way he was moving. Because if they didn't respect each other, then Shakur would have beat the shit out of him with the one hand, just like he did Tio. You know what I'm saying? He beat
Yep.
Tio ass with one hand, really. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so so it was
with the jab.
yeah, so it was a respect level there, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? He knew what De Los Santos brought to the table. That power and that awkwardness and that speed. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't trying to get hit with that dumbass shit. So he was trying to get the fuck out of there, but that's what it take. And if we look at the Zepeda fight, if you think about it, Zepeda really ain't had no trouble getting inside. He just couldn't hit him the way he wanted to. And that's what I mean about the confidence. Shakur takes the confidence away because he give you angles where you can't see your work. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
can't really see where you could get off. So it's like, damn, it's like I got where I wanted to be, but then I couldn't hit him. You know what I'm saying? He just masterful at what he do, but you gotta be masterful at what you do. You gotta not give a fuck. Almost like an Aaron Pryor. If anybody remember Aaron Pryor didn't give a fuck about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Even if you drop him and all that, he get right back and he on your ass. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be that type of pressure.
It's like Marvin
Yep.
Hagler.
Yep.
So if he fought, my bad guys, I just got one last question. If he was supposed to fight Gary Antoine, I'm guessing even though Gary Antoine is getting some jabs by Shakur will most likely be on his back feet the whole fight because of the constant pressure by Gary Antoine Russell.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. The thing with Shakur is you have to play what the ring is a square. You have to utilize the corners with Shakur. You can't let him get on the ropes. You can't let him be in the middle of the ring. You can't leave him anywhere where there's space. You have to trap him in the corner. You have to get him in the corner, and you have to try to assault him there. You're not going to make connections solidly every time because Shakur he's very good defensively. He uses the Philly shell. He uses a high guard well. He responds. He punches back in between punches. He's very good and tactical, but you have to be there to just give him that pressure. Pressure is the key, and you have to utilize the corners as well. You got to be able to cut off the ring. You have to meet him at the door. You know what I mean? When he starts moving and exiting, all those things are all important. And exactly what Greg just said. You got to be willing to do it. You got to be willing to take something to give something. And at the end of the day, that's what it takes, man. That's all.
Man, I
Hey,
think I think it gotta be I think it gotta be somebody somebody with fast hands and good feet, to be able to beat Shakur.
Like a Devin Haney. You think of Devin Haney?
Yeah, like a Devin Haney. Yeah, but Devin in a higher weight class. I feel like Devin too big for him right now. And Shakur know that too. That's why Shakur talking about the rehydration clause.
I mean, he's saying that because he know Dev's speed gives him trouble.
Right.
If Dev's speed wouldn't give him trouble, guess what? He would offer to take that fight the same way he offering to take Conor Ben. You understand what I'm saying? How come you so
Conor
quick?
Ben slower.
How come you? But it's not just that he's sloppy. It's not even that he's slower. He's just sloppy. You can
overly
see that.
aggressive.
Yeah, and you can see it coming though. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't have that. He wouldn't have that kind of trouble. But with Devin Haney is fast, not just getting in. He fast getting out. So Shakur don't want to feel like, you know what, this motherfucker is a little too fast for me tonight. Cause he already know he fast with 16 ounces on. So if I put the 8 ounces on it with him, I know he gonna be fast. You understand? He don't want to deal with that shit.
You think Mickey Bay being Devin Haney's coach also helped a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. Cause Mickey Bay gonna bring that old school vibe.
Yep.
He gonna talk that shit to him. Yeah.
Hey, well, let me ask you a question, Greg. Now, my breakdown on the Shakur fight, right? It was that I said you got to watch Shakur's front foot. He leans back and he has his front foot out. T.O. never could get around the front foot. And when he did, Shakur popped him with a jab. Now, I say that's the sign of an elite boxer, because if you remember, Lamont Roach did the same thing. Lean back, front foot out. Tank could never get around Lamont Roach's front foot enough to land that good power. So the only way to break Shakur down, you got to double jab, triple jab. You got to do something to get your way in there. And I always bring up Mike Tyson, right? A lot of people look at Mike Tyson like a power puncher, but Mike Tyson had a lot of boxing skills. And even though he wouldn't necessarily land his jab, he throwed a lot of damn jabs. And that's how he got his short ass on the inside. You see what I mean? So I'm saying, if you're going to get the Shakur, you're going to have to jab your way all the way in. Now, I could see Gary Antoine Russell trying to do that, because he will double it. Because I remember he said, I heard in an interview, he said against Puello, he wasn't doubling, tripling up his jab. So I do think Gary Russell could have something to get, kind of break that structure of Shakur initially. But Shakur is damn good, man. I really don't see nobody beating Shakur, me personally.
Well, you got to remember too, Rich, too, you can't live in the moment, because all these fighters that have their ups and downs, that just happened to be a spectacular victory. And I'm not taking nothing away from Shakur. Shakur has had his moments, right? He had his moments with Artem, who was a much lesser fighter than T.O. T.O.'s issue was T.O. was afraid to get hit. I think Greg was even mentioning that. He was afraid to have what's coming back at him, to take the risk. And him being afraid to take that risk. And another thing, you mentioned the jab. He has no jab.
No jab.
Never had it. He had that corkscrew jab that all works for him, because he likes to leap in and jump. And sometimes he throws the hook when he does it, right? But at the same time, he has nothing else to give you, right? So when he has nothing else to give you but athleticism, the Roy Jones style of boxing, then it doesn't work. Guess what he has to do? He has to go dig into that suitcase or that toolbox, and he has nothing in there. It's empty. So when you got fighters like that, it makes it super challenging and easy to get out your game plan, because you have one. You have none. We have no plan. That's what happens. So athleticism is a good thing, but it's not everything. So we can always talk about speed, pressure, and certain things, but if you are not willing to do all the things and sacrifice a hit or two to get inside to close that distance, then you're going to be stuck there all day. You got to remember, Shakur he's an escape artist, bro. He don't like to sit. If you get in there, he's going to escape. The thing is, you have to corner him. Corner him is the best option, because it slows him down. Artem cornered Shakur. When he cornered him, Shakur had to go Philly shell and fight him on the inside. Zepeda cornered him at times. And Shakur, I mean, even that big punch that everybody thought when he slipped and everybody thought he got hooked and knocked down. What happened? He was trying to lead the corner. He caught him on the exit. He was able to be there. And that's the things you have to do. But Zepeda was discouraged because he kept going back into the rope straight back and forth. He didn't go left or right. And then he was able to exit because he left that distance out there and punched through those punches. That's what you have to do, though, defensively and offensively to get to Shakur. You're gonna have to be willing to take one to give two.
Yeah, I feel like that's true if you're slower than him. But if you faster than him and you got a jab and you got good feet, I don't think you got to corner him. You can stand in the middle of the ring. I thought, me honestly, I actually thought that was Tio path to victory. I thought that he needed to stand in front of Shakur and keep him, stand toe to toe with him, and not try to be on the front foot and not necessarily be on the back foot either, but try to stand toe to toe in the middle of the ring with him. But that was based on the fact that I thought that Tio was faster than Shakur. I thought his hand speed was faster.
He nullified that shit, bro.
Yeah, Shakur just outsmarted him, man, controlling the distance. He always kept Tio out of range, and then he'll slide in and get his jab off or his little punches or his combinations off when he won it, and then he'll get right back out of range, and control the distance on Tio, and Tio ain't have an answer for that.
Yeah, true. And salute to the panel, man. I ain't come up here properly, man. Salute Greg, salute FaZe, Jay, and Too Rich. Peace.
Salute.
Yeah, what's going on? And like
Shakur,
I say, y'all got to remember though, when Shakur jabbing, he's not hitting you with a regular jab. That's a power jab. That's his strong hand. And that, to me, that's the worst punch to get hit with in boxing is a power jab. Because it's the closest punch to you, and it's with the dude by power hand. That's just like
you saying he ain't no true southpaw? You saying?
No, he's not a true southpaw. It's just like Terrence Crawford in the Errol Spence fight. Terrence Crawford was able to out jab Errol Spence because Errol Spence was jabbing him, but Crawford hitting him with his power hand. That's not the same. It's not the same.
Earl couldn't see, man, and he had a broken rib, and he was high, bro. Come on, man.
Excuses.
Come on, man. We know hashtag excuses, man. Earl couldn't see, but no, Greg. So, you said you think that Key and Shakur need to fight. It's going to have to happen. Who you got coming out of that?
I mean,
if you had to pick one,
it's something I got to see because they know each other. So it's something I got to see. Yeah. If I wouldn't be able to pick because I don't know how, them dudes that get in there feeling. I don't know, I don't know. But I know they need to fight because style-wise, they the best two at the division right now. Style-wise. For what they displayed. I think Gary Antoine is the meanest thing walking at 40. But style-wise, like how that shit look, yeah, they got the ball right now with how that shit look.
Even though he lost, you feel like he like the best at 140? Or you not saying that? You just saying yeah.
Yeah, Gary Antoine is one of the meanest guys in boxing. You know what I'm saying? One of the meanest in boxing. That loss wasn't really a loss. It was a learning experience because he possibly won the fight, but for some reason they felt as though Puello won. All right, the judges gave it to Puello, cool. But Gary didn't get his ass beat. He didn't get his ass beat in that fight, and then he came right back and beat the shit out of Rayo. Not just he ain't just beat him; he beat the shit out of him. But like I said, everybody learned differently. You know what I mean? Because and like somebody said earlier, these dudes don't always have great nights, so they learn from them bad nights. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see what Africa said when it came to Keyshawn and Shakur fight? He said he thinks Shakur with it, but Keyshawn kind of like the little brother of the thing. But he said if Keyshawn ever wanted that, he thinks Shakur would give it to him.
What, did they fight each other?
Yeah, if they was fighting each other. Yeah.
I mean,
I think Keyshawn has too much respect.
Yeah, he knows what Shakur can do in the ring, and I think Shakur knows what Keyshawn can do. The difference is, I think the experience makes up the difference in that fight. I think Shakur being in the ring longer and knowing what to do with Shakur or what Keyshawn can bring to the table may give him the edge. But overall, Keyshawn knows his in and outs. He knows his strength and his weaknesses as well. It's just if he's willing to take that chance, you know what I mean, especially with smaller gloves on. So it'll be a good contest because they know each other well.
Hey y'all, hold on. Let me get this super chat real quick before Greg leaves because I think he addressing. He wanted Greg to address this. Shout out to Des215 with the 4.99 super chat. He said, "Greg, who's next up in your stable? I enjoy watching you, Brody." Yeah, I think he talking about that fight with the
Jesse
heart
Hart.
fight. Yeah, the heart fight. Yeah, I like that too, bro.
I
Straight
mean,
cash. Last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich. Yeah.
My bad.
hello.
Go ahead, Greg.
Oh yeah, I ain't know what that was. I got a kid, man, 7-0, 5 knockouts, 130, 135 pounder, named Jabril Noble. I think he got the best potential right now.
I think I seen him on a card with Josiah in Atlantic City.
Yeah, we were supposed to be out Atlantic City on the 21st, but we moved to March 7th in
Okay.
Philly.
Greg,
Okay.
did you talk to anybody about that fight? Because that shit was, I think it was crazy how even though they stole the fight from Jesse Hart, just how the judges were so lopsided on it. Like you stole it, but the cards is lopsided. Like that was the craziest shit I ever seen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that's the business of boxing. We That's why I keep telling motherfuckers this not boxing, it's the mob. I mean, you really jumping in the mob, and the
Mhm.
higher you go up, the more crazy it get. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Facts.
Yeah, that was diabolical because the commentators was describing that they stealing it. You know what I'm saying? They was saying that Hart was won the fight. And when he didn't get it, it was like, dang, like that's crazy.
mm-hmm.
And just ain't getting it. Is that all right? But then again, they had the scorecards like, oh, dude was just winning rounds. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
He didn't win shit.
yeah, he wasn't doing enough, if you
He
ask
wasn't
me.
doing that. He wasn't even throwing.
I mean,
Hey, G,
it's like they just don't got no shame, man.
hey,
To
G, you
think that they
going?
could just get away with that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, G, you going live tonight or not?
Yeah, I might jump on there. I'm feeling a little. I'm trying to wake up.
Um,
I'm
Hmm.
feeling a little.
growing up, because I had watched your spar when you were sparring Cole. But have you ever sparred any of Boots brothers growing up in Philly?
Yeah,
How
yeah, I
that
did.
sparring session went?
Me and Pooh boxed probably like 3 times. Pooh was like he older than me, of course, but you know what I mean. When I first boxed when I was like 15, he had like fastest pair of hands I ever seen. And the skills, just Pooh had great athleticism too. You know what I'm saying? But outside the gym, he wasn't. You know what I mean? He just wasn't as disciplined. You know what I mean? Boots is way more disciplined than
Hey,
than
G,
Pooh
Would
was.
would you say Boots like combined all of their traits and stuff like that, like soaked all of that up?
Yeah, Boots is just like Shakur. If he sees something that he like, he gonna work on it. So he got a lot. His style just is just his style. You know what I mean? Because it's so
Hmm.
much wrapped around it.
Yep.
Can you see if, let's just say, um in a great world scenario, Haney goes up and beats Xander for the belts, and let's just say Boots have a belt, right? And if that fight was supposed to happen, right? Can you see Haney giving Boots any issues in the ring at all?
For about like 4 rounds with his feet. For about 4 rounds.
you don't think gonna run the whole night?
Nah,
Damn. You called him a runner.
One is crazy.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
he's running.
crazy, right?
nah. I don't think
Okay.
he'll run. I
Yo,
don't
he's
think he'll
not gonna
do.
run.
I don't think he gonna run from him. But I think he definitely got a box. But I don't think he'll be able to keep it up. You know what I'm saying for all them rounds.
And yeah, not to and Boots is another thing. If Boots underestimates Devin Haney's speed, that's the only which I don't think he will. He gauges well,
Right.
because he likes to put his chin out to try to teach you to lean, like he leans over his front foot and then he comes back with it to make you swing so he can counter you. If he just underestimates that speed a little bit or just gets off timing, Devin could land something. So don't sleep. That's a good fight. You know what I mean? That's really, I think Boots wins that fight. I've been on record saying that. But that's a good fight, man. That's a good matchup.
I was watching the boxing voice, I think earlier yesterday, and I think most of them was saying that they got Xander beating Boots, which is crazy to me. But everybody got their opinion. But I honestly seen Boots unifying at 54. I really don't. At first they were saying it's a murder, but I always knew Josh Kelly could just box murder because Tim Tszyu went in there thinking he adored. But I really don't see anybody really. I probably Fedor because of the hype, but I don't really see anybody like giving Boots too much of an issue if he wanted to unify or be undisputed at 54.
You mean you don't see nobody ducking him?
Nah, they gon' duck him. Like I don't see anybody like beating Boots at 54.
Oh yeah.
That's why I said if Haney was supposed to come up, I feel like out of Xander and Fedor, if Haney was supposed to come up, I think if Boots was supposed to give Haney his first one, I think that would have been Boots' best name on his resume. I don't know if Greg agree with me or not.
For sure.
Hey, Greg, don't go say it again. He said.
I said if Boots was supposed to become undisputed, and let's say for instance Haney become undisputed at 147 and he wanted to come up and fight Boots, I was telling the panel that I think that if Boots beat Haney, Haney is the best person on Boots' resume.
I think if you fight him now, he might be. You know, that's the biggest name. Well, I won't say the. Yeah, that'll be the biggest name on Boots' resume if they fight now. You know,
Yeah.
you agree with that, Greg?
Yeah, name wise, yeah, name and accolades, yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you take the fight or you just go get the belts? Like, do you take the money as a boxer? If they offered you 50, let's just say Turkey offered him, hey, I'll give you 20 mil to fight Haney, but you can unify with somebody else. Is it better to unify or is it better to just go
Wait, at
go
what
cash,
weight
go get
class?
that cash?
At what weight class, bro?
154.
At 54
You talking about for who?
Boots.
for Boots.
I think Boots should just take whatever he could get because I don't think these dudes is really willing to try to jump in there with him.
Right. The belt might be more significant if he wants unification because that's what his goal is. He's a champion, man. He believes in that breed. I mean, the money comes with it, but I think he'll go for that. And if he wants the legacy, maybe he'll go for the like Virgil. He'll go for the
Ain't
name.
it ain't it crazy, Flyer, how they was just saying the belts don't matter. Nobody care about fighting for
I
belts,
heard
but
that. I heard that
that
somewhere
shit is
today,
crazy, bro.
but it do matter, and a lot of people are crazy with that. So another thing to look forward to, and I think we left the name off the table. He's not a recognizable name, but I think he'll give fits for a little bit to Boots as well, or make a good fight. I don't know how much it fits you'll give him because Boots is just amazing, bro. He's just an anomaly. Brandon Adams, you guys got to remember who that guy is. You know what I mean? He's out there too.
I
He
don't even
fought
know who
Brandon
the
Adams
hell
right
that
now.
is. Right? I
Yeah,
don't even
Brandon
know who the hell
Adams.
that is.
Brandon Adams is 154 pounder from
He a good
Cali.
fighter.
I
Good
think he's
fighter.
from out Cali. Yeah, he can fight. Yeah, he just been around a while though. He getting a little older, but
Yeah,
he can fight though.
Like let's just say Boots fought like Brandon Adams, and then he fought a Conwell. I think them is good wins, man. I ain't gonna take nothing away from
yeah,
them is good wins to me. If
they
he,
would
you
be.
know, he beat them dudes up.
Wait, Adams got a belt?
Nah, he
Uh-uh.
the one.
No,
Adams is the one that beat Boachuk last.
yeah, back to back too.
Yeah, he knocked him out, and then this last time he beat him to a decision.
I mean, us the hardcore boxing fans might want to see that, but you know, I think Boots need a title fight, bro,
Of course.
or a bigger name or a big name. Like Virgil will be suffice, man. I think Virgil will be suffice because there's some hype. It's a little bit of hype behind them and everything. They got the whole history and everything, the back and forth, and you know they tried to make Boots look like a duck. You know when Boots was at 147 trying to get unified, and Virgil was at 154 already. I think he was looking at it like he had an advantage, or maybe it was the same thing that you was talking about earlier, Greg. Where you say somebody know that what somebody doing already. He knew that Boots wasn't going to come up there already. So now you want to poke your chest out and call him out, you know, because you know he ain't going to go up there and do it. But as soon as Boots handle his business down at 147, and now he up there where you at, and he's saying, what's good? The time is now pointing to his watch. Now all of a sudden you don't want to fight him. Errol Spence is your dream fight and all this other crazy stuff, man. That's how I see that, man.
They got
I just think they don't want to get in there with Boots, man. But with my guy, hey Ray, I got something for you, bro.
What up? What up? Yeah, I seen you get thrown off the panel twice with both names.
I was gonna do that shit.
Nah.
What you got on my drink?
Do that shit.
Nah.
Yo.
Don't lie.
And that, man.
What you got, Craig?
I'm broke as a joke.
I'm about to eat, fellas.
Yo, you funny for that.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
What's up, Stanley?
Sir.
Salute, bro.
Well, fuck you then, punk.
Yo.
No, you should have had. You should have had
for
Red. Red should have been Brian Norman.
It probably is. We can't see your face
What's
right
up,
now.
Red? Yeah.
That's funny, man.
That's my grandmama chain. Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Hey, Ray,
Huh?
Ray, what you think? What you think about what I was talking about earlier? Which one is a bigger fight, Devin versus Xander Zayas, or Devin versus Boots?
I heard you mention it. I heard somebody ask you that question right today, and it's definitely Xander Zayas, man. I think I mentioned this yesterday. Xander Zayas is the bigger fight because of what Devin's goals are. You got to look at the goals of the fighter.
Legacy.
Right? It's not what we want to see. It's what the fighters want and where they're willing to go. And Devin's not afraid to fight anyone. You know what I mean? He'll go up there and fight Boots afterwards, especially if Boots gets a strap. That's just the way they all move. Again, Boots is the same way. He wants a champion. He wants to rock all the belts, bro. He wants the hardware, and he's willing to fight anybody to get it. You know what I mean? That's the reason why Boots' resume looks the way it does, because he's fought who he had to get, who he had to get to where he accomplished. Right? Unfortunately, the people that were in the way didn't want to fight him. Leaving him in those scenarios where it was who it was. But guess what? He earned it, and he earns every moment. I think 154, he might have it might be a few guys out there that ain't afraid to get in the ring with him. They just high risk, low reward.
And then it's like this, Ray, to add on to your point. If somebody asks Boots, would he rather fight Fundora for the unified belt or fight Devin Haney, he's gonna want to fight Fundora because Devin Haney don't got nothing. I guarantee you he fights Fundora for a belt.
Yeah.
While
if that was
everybody's saying belts don't matter.
Yeah, if
he
that was
wants a belt.
If that was the next thing that come across the table, one or the other, he'll take the I think he'll take the Fundora fight, especially if it's on the table and it's a contract or offer sheet right in front of him, both names on it. He's going to take the title fight. Devin's going to be there when he gets there. Devin's already mentioned possibly they're going to meet at 160, but if he takes a Xander fight, that might be sooner than later. But then again, Devin might just do what Shakur did. He might just go up, get a strap, and go right back down. We don't know what Devin's plans is. Devin's just looking for a fight because he can't get one at 147 right now. That's why he was willing to take Keyshawn. That's why he's saying Shakur again, like mentioned Shakur's name, saying he's a tremendous fighter. But he thinks he would win. And in contrast to what Shakur said about him being the best boxer, he'll beat Devin. So listen, we got to respect what these guys are, man. These guys are hungry, talented fighters, and they're willing to take on the best, and they're willing to put their names on the line, like they did back in the older days, man. Like when I was growing up, they did all that. You know what I mean? A lot of these fighters don't do that no more. So I'm glad we are seeing all this and then some from these fighters, man. And these are the three names that you want, believe it or not, at the table, because they're. And you can throw Keyshawn in there too, because they're willing to fight the best to be the best. They're not willing to just fight because, there's a lot of money on the table. Because the money's going to come with the fight, man. Eventually, the money's going to get bigger and bigger. So as long as you know that, you're good.
Hey, let me say this.
For you.
Hey,
okay. No, I was going to ask Ray this. I was like, because Boots was unified. I'm saying since Boots was unified, he couldn't do that shit that Terrence Crawford doing, fight the champion at 154.
Yeah. No, he didn't have a WBO belt, right? So the WBO super allows you to move like that. Now he had the IBF and the WBA. The WBA sometimes allows you, they don't allow you, but if you pique interest, they'll put you high in the rankings at the next division, so you can offer that fight or get an offer for that fight, rather whatever way it goes. But That's the only way I see it. I mean, even IBF, because IBF #1 spot was vacant for a long time. I just didn't think Boots wanted to go up there and get back into that rehydration clause situation at 54. That's why he never took that possibility. But it's possible that the sanctioned bodies might work with him.
Man, well, let me say this now. Let's keep it real. The IBF is one thing, but that WBA, we know who had the WBA at 154 now. That's Terrence Crawford. That's Terrence Crawford. That was Terrence Crawford. Okay, but anyway, my problem with the belts don't matter thing, they act like it's a bunch of great fighters that don't have no belts. So what I'm saying is, normally if a guy is really good, he's either moving toward the belts or he's already had one maybe at a lower division. So this idea that it's a bunch of great fighters that don't have belts, I don't buy that. So, for example, look at Ryan Garcia. Good fighter. Never had a belt. It's not like he didn't fight for a belt. He didn't win the belt. I look at, even when I look at Ortiz, good fighter, never got a belt. But we also seen Ortiz drop a number of times. So what I'm saying is this idea that I do think your value is to your promoter. See, Ortiz's value is to Oscar De La Hoya. See, Oscar De La Hoya values Ortiz so much he don't want to risk him against Boots.
Correct.
I don't think Eddie Hearn value Boots as much because we know Eddie Hearn will let you burn. He'll put you in there with somebody. Because I don't, if he can get his UK guys on top, I think that's more what Eddie Hearn looking at than anything. But so I think he'll take a risk more than De La Hoya. Like, no, Ortiz is my baby. I can guide him. I can guide him to where I want him to go. So his value is the De La Hoya. But I'm just saying, every fighter that gets in the ring wants a belt, man. It's just that some fighters get to that level fast, like a Ryan or someone that act like the belts don't matter. Then all of a sudden they can't win a belt because they don't have their heart in it enough to go to where it takes to become a champion or multi, what you call it, unified or undisputed.
No,
it takes a lot of heart to do that.
I think they be scared and they be ducking.
Nah, too rich. You funny.
But hold on. But when you said, I'm trying to rewind you back. You said because Bud had the WBA.
I knew you was going back there. I ain't want to get stuck there.
No. I mean, it's confusing to me. I just want some clarity on that too, Rich.
Bud had the WBA belt. When Bud had the WBA, Boots could have went up and petitioned to fight Bud for his WBA. He said he wanted to go undisputed at 147. Then when Bud leaves, 30 days later, he declares for 154.
I mean, that's not.
Hold on, y'all. That's definitely not what happened. You know what I'm saying?
We know
Bud got stripped.
Google when
you know what? I don't even want to get in this conversation.
Yo,
we got Clay in the building, y'all. Salute, Clay.
This is where I disagree.
What's
up, Clay? Oh, my bad. I was going to explain this too.
No, we don't want to explain it. We don't want to get into that. I just wanted to know exactly what he was talking about.
Not tonight.
Because I wanted to know exactly what he was talking about. But now that I see what he was talking about, I just had to point out the fact that that's not what happened. And we're going to move on from it. Because
you can Google this shit,
enough,
bro.
No,
what's good, though, Clay? What you think about this Xander Zayas thing? You missed Greg Hackett was up here. He said he don't believe not one bit that this fight, that they serious about moving up there and fighting Xander Zayas.
Mm-hmm.
So his take is kind of similar to yours, but
yeah, I'm about to be like, I'm on the same page. I don't think so, but like I said yesterday, man, I'm pushing for it because I think that's a great fight. Just at the end of the day, it's not about what Devin can do. It's always going to be about what Devin will do. Period. You feel me? Like, can he fight Xander and beat Xander? I believe he can. I think it's going to be a hard fight, and I don't think that they're in the dark about that. I think Bill and Devin understand. You know what I mean? The stakes are high. You go up in that into fighting Xander or anybody up there. I mean, any of those guys at 154, the stakes get raised, and maybe the money might be good, but the possibilities are endless. You better be the best version of yourself, and sometimes the best version of yourself ain't enough. Sometimes somebody's just better than you, and it just is what it is.
This what the question was, though, Clay. I got in an argument with somebody, and the question was, is Devin Haney versus Boots Ennis a bigger fight than Devin Haney versus Xander Zayas? Of course, I'm thinking logical, man. I said that. Well, I feel like I'm thinking more logical. I said that Devin Haney versus Xander Zayas is definitely a bigger fight than Devin versus Boots, because you got the whole dynamic of Xander Zayas being an island-born Puerto Rican. So all the Puerto Ricans are going to get behind him. The Puerto Rican fan base is going to be behind him. You're going to have a Afro American fan base behind Devin Haney, and it makes for a bigger fight. Whereas Devin versus Boots is just two black fighters fighting each other. Kind of like with Boots and Virgil Ortiz. Neither one of them have a belt, but everybody agree that's the biggest fight at 154. Because of that dynamic of the whole racial thing. You got the the Mexicans in that situation right there. You got the Mexicans versus the blacks or
You
whatever.
talking about with Virgil?
Yeah, with Virgil and Boots. So
Right.
what's your take on that? Which one is a bigger fight? Devin Haney versus Xander Zayas, or Devin versus Boots?
Definitely Devin versus Xander. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Even the WBO sees it. The fight is a big fight, a lot of money. I think people really believe. The thing that makes the fight so good is stylistically, it's just so competitive. The way they both fight, and you're gonna see Devin. You're gonna see Devin step it up in a certain way that he's gonna have to. Fighters like Devin and Shakur, certain fighters, they're not like. I'm gonna give Tank his respect right now, give him his flowers and say that Tank's gonna push. He's gonna, no matter who he fights, he's gonna push a certain narrative in the fight. He's gonna be dangerous. He's gonna be.
Fuck him.
That's an exciting thing. That's an exciting thing to look forward to when you see him get inside the ring. With Devin, if he doesn't have to, he won't. Same thing with Shakur. If they don't have to, they just won't. And that's just the way they're wired, the way they're trained. Hit, don't get hit, and they believe in winning more than anything. But I just have this feeling that if Xander and Devin get in the ring, that Devin's going to be forced to fight, because Xander can keep up with Devin in so many different ways. It's going to be interesting to see where the separation happens in between them in the ring, to see like where Devin is able to get that edge on Xander, or where Xander is able to get that edge on Devin. But for the most part, Devin's going to be forced to fight, because Xander's going to be able to keep up. He's not just going to sit there and just be stuck, or it's going to be an exciting fight with Jaron and Devin. There's a good chance Devin's going to run from Jaron for multiple rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't I say that? I didn't say that. Did I say that? I don't
There's
know
a
if I
chance
said
that's
that.
going to happen, man. And you gotta kind of,
It's a big
you gotta kind
chance.
of like take that into consideration, man. Like, and, respectfully, of course, you know what I mean. But I just think there's a good chance that's what Devin's going to do, and that fight will look the way that fight looks. But Xander and Devin is a balanced fight. It's a good,
It's a balance.
competitive,
It's a
balanced
good
fight.
balance. Yeah.
I think we win. I think the fans win. I think the networks win, and I think both fighters win too. I think they both walk away with a lot more respect from the boxing space, based on that performance that they put in that ring.
Who you
Clay,
think
can I
got the
ask you a real
faster
quick
hands?
question? Oh,
Like attributes, advantages and stuff like that. Like, how you see that?
Man, Devin brings experience for sure. He brings that experience. He brings his pedigree. You know what I mean? Xander brings a pedigree. He brings the heart. He's willing and able. More importantly, able. Xander is still eye test wise. Devin to me is more tried true to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of see it in Xander a little bit.
Clay,
I mean,
let
I
me
would
ask
have
you
to.
this.
I'd have to give Devin a little bit of the edge in that one, man. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just like 55-45. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, yeah.
Speed. What about
Clay, let me
speed?
ask you this real quick. Yeah, I want to ask you speed.
I gotta lean towards Devin.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would lead towards Devin as well, but at the same time, Devin's going up to 154. I don't know what that means for him.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
true. That's true.
I don't know if that evens up a little bit. Xander might be a little more acclimated to the division. He's considered a fast guy right now at 154, I think. I think at 154 in comparison to to his
Contemporary.
peers. He's one of the faster guys up there. So we'd have to see how it translated for him. But I mean, right now, yeah, I can see why you'd lean towards Devin with the speed for sure.
And it wasn't for so much as speed, Clay. I'm going to correct myself. I don't think it's speed. I think it's timing. I think Devin's timing might be a little bit sharper, and that may make the speed a little bit more dynamic for Devin's support side on the speed. Is the timing?
I can see that. Yeah, I definitely can see that. I think his timing is definitely. I think he's been tested in a way to where that's going to be honed in a little bit more than Xander. Xander's timing hasn't necessarily been tested like Devin. He's
That's a
fought
good
fighters
fight.
who are not as fast. They're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not as fast. They're not as. He's able to be a little bit more. Take advantage of a lot of guys that might be a little bit slower. Devin's been tested against fast fighters. You know what I mean? If anything, he has that under his belt. So yeah, you know what? I'll go with the speed with Devin. I give Devin the speed.
Hey, look at Buzz Boxing. He said, "This is duck talk. Boots will beat Xander up. We not talking about Boots fighting Xander, bro. We talking about Xander and Devin, bro. Come on, bro."
If he did, that's not a guarantee. We keep trying to put these guarantees out there, and that's the reason why people don't watch fights. Exactly why people don't watch fights anymore.
Well, Clay, let me ask you this.
FaZe, what you got? I want to hear what FaZe got on that. What you got, FaZe?
I'm gonna ask Clay this. I want to ask Clay this. Between 154 and 160, if you could match Jaron Ennis with any style, any matchup that you think a best style class for him, who would you look at between 154 and 160?
Now, I want to be clear, right? I want to be clear because this is a real good question. But I need to be clear. Are we talking about the most competitive fight, like
competitive
the fight
that he can lose? That he can lose.
People ain't gonna want to hear this, but it's Xander. Xander's the biggest opposition in my opinion. I think Xander is the biggest fight for Jaron Boots Ennis at 154. I just think, you know what I mean? I just have this feeling stylistically. That's where I see that. I think a lot of people would pick Virgil. You know what I mean? Things of that nature.
Nah, hell no.
I think Virgil gonna get pieced up.
I think Virgil will get pieced up bad too.
I think they're gonna be upset at that. They're gonna be like,
only
damn.
Pushback I got at you with that Clay is I think it needs to be a guy with quicker feet. I don't know if Xander moves his feet good enough for Jaron not to catch up with him.
It's Devin Haney, man. It's Devin Haney. That's the toughest matchup. Devin Haney.
Maybe. But Devin's at, you said 154. Yeah, but Devin Haney's at 147.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said
Janet 154 to 160.
154 to 160.
That's why I said Janet.
I said yo. But they said Boots beat up Yo-Yo in the gym. So I'm like, okay, if Boots beat up Yo-Yo in the gym.
Anybody who think they're a tough guy gonna get fucked up by Boots.
So you think
that's what I gotta say.
The same thing. I said the same thing.
If you think you're a tough guy, you're gonna have a heart. The thing about Xander is he knows. He gives Boots all the credit for what Boots does. And he's like, yeah, we're going to stay away from all that shit. And we got a whole, like, Xander looks at it from the right way. Like, yeah, we're going to box this nigga the right way because we don't want no problems with what he does. We're going to try to cripple him, take away shit from him. Yeah, but the niggas who think they tough guys, like, nah, I'm going to go over there. They going to feel, because Boots is a problem, bro.
I keep telling people, if you stand in front of Boots in that pocket, he going to tear you up. He's skilled up in there. He's skilled up in there.
While you're doing it, he's gonna embarrass you, bro. Like,
man, and he got a chin. He don't care nothing about getting hit. He from Philly. He gonna die. You know what I'm saying? He got that mentality.
FaZe, that's why I said Janabek, man, because Janabek, he actually got power in both hands, and he's also a fighter that's not afraid to get hit. So I can see him.
He geeked up too, though.
I know, but he's at 160. He said 140, 154 to 160. And Janabek,
no, I agree. I know he's doing. I'm just saying in real life, we know Janabek's 168 right now. He just
the thing about Janabek is now Boots fighting a guy that he quicker than. You know what I mean? He fighting a guy that he quicker than.
But Boots likes to stay in the pocket. Like he'll stay there to get he's not afraid to get hit. Boots, right? So. That's just that's the danger,
and that's the problem with Boots. I'm be honest with you. That's the problem with Boots, and that's the X factor with Boots. It's always about how is Boots going to fight. You know, as long as he continues to fight the way he does, there's always going to be this thing in the back of my mind. The day he gets clipped, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm just not. You know what I mean? It's like he doesn't have to fight that way though. That man he can do. He doesn't have to, but he loves.
But you know what I think, Clay? Though I think he does that because of the competition that's in front of him. I think if he had a sharp fighter like Virgil, I don't think he's gonna get hit like that.
If he
Hey, but
and the thing about
look,
it is we're creatures of habits. My bad, too, Rich. Just to say we're creatures of habits, and my fear is instinct will make him slip in a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like in the heat
mm,
of the moment,
mm-hmm,
what you do most of the time is more than
mm-hmm,
likely what you're gonna do all of the time. You see what I'm saying? When you're
mm-hmm.
thinking and everything is at a good pace and you can calculate everything you're doing, you do the right thing. But you know, when it goes up and it gets hot, like what happens when Boots gets clipped, he gets hurt. What's his instinct gonna do? He's gonna shake off a lot of that shit and he's gonna turn into I gotta get it right back. Like Terrence, we were scared that Terrence was gonna do that with Canelo and he was poised. But that was my big fear with Terrence. It's like Canelo gonna hit this nigga. And this nigga gonna be like, I gotta get it back, and it's gonna get dangerous for him. So you know what I mean?
I'm
Hey
gonna say
yo, I
this:
hope y'all
the bad.
smashing the like button, yo. Smash
Hey,
the like button.
This is
Over here
fire
on the
content.
horizontal side, we only got 10 likes or something like
hey,
that, something crazy. But
let
smash the like
me
button,
back
y'all.
up what Clay said. Let me say this. Okay, they said that at 147. You know, it's who Boots got in front of him. He not respecting what's coming back at him. And then as soon as he went up to 154, the fight didn't last but a round, and he still got cracked.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He still wasn't working because, like you said, that instinct. He's not thinking about it. What I think is, and this might sound crazy. It's like Boots, the king of sparring, but I think he doesn't get good sparring. I think he get a lot of respectful sparring. Like they know who he is and they giving him respect because you should be taking them shots in sparring where you know when I get in the fight not to take those shots. But I think I watched the spar. I told you I got a video coming out where I'm breaking the difference down between Crawford and Boots. So I'm watching the spar and I'm seeing it's like they're really not making him pay for what we see in the fight, guy. I mean, Stanionis landed on him quite a few times within that 6 rounds, man. But Boots got a hell of a chin, clearly, because he doesn't look affected by it. It doesn't look like he's hurt or
No.
nothing.
Bro,
But like you said,
he
what
gets hit
happened with
on
a big
purpose,
puncher?
man. It's a style, man.
Okay, but what
He'll
happened with
take
a big puncher
he
catch
do
you
the
though?
same thing Canelo do, man. Big punch.
But
We
what
saw big
happened when a
punches
Big
big
catch
got hurt.
puncher
Canelo, right?
catch
And
you though?
Canelo do the same thing, right?
I don't even like the
To a
sound of that. I'm
degree.
be honest with you. I don't
That's
even like the
to a
sound of
degree.
I don't know.
he
I
gets
don't know
hit
why
on
Flyer
purpose.
said it. Yeah,
I
Right.
don't
Flyer
even
said
Yeah,
it
that's
like
wrong.
that.
crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? That just sounds crazy to me,
It
man.
Yeah.
sounds crazy.
Somebody
Yeah.
eventually is gonna
Yeah, ain't
neck that
nobody
ass,
trying to
man.
get hit, bro.
Yeah.
I know, Flyer.
Yo,
Come
that's
on,
funny.
man.
Yo, Clay, Big Supreme wanted you to hear think what you talk about Yoenli Hernandez at 160 with
What
Boots.
do I think of him at 160 period or
Well,
against
no,
Boots?
with Boots against Boots at 160.
I think he gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I think he fight too tough. I think he fight like a tough guy, bro. And I just think I think it's gonna end in a knockout. Can Yoenli stop Boots? We're just sitting here talking about how much of a good chin he has, right? So, you know, you're only gonna have to show and prove. But I'm telling you, I don't think there's anybody Boots can't knock out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you can
agree.
go up into like super middleweight. You know what I mean? And get into those conversations, and it can get kind of choppy up there for him. But bro, he punching. He
And
punching
real quick,
aggressive.
Clay.
Hey, Clay, can you see your screen, Clay? Can you see the screen, the comment that's on the screen?
I'm driving, so read it to me.
Uh, Big Supreme said Flyer Frequency mentioned, I don't know the first name, I don't want to
You
butcher
only,
it, but
yeah.
Hernandez versus Boots at
That's
160.
Yo-Yo. That's Yo-Yo. We were just
Yeah,
talking about
That's
him.
yo.
yo.
Yeah, we were just talking about him.
Yeah, I just
Hey,
responded to it.
hey, Clay. How far up do you see Boots moving?
168. I think he'll go. I
Yep.
think he'll close it
That's
out and
what
make
I'm
something happen at
saying.
168. Yeah.
He can get to 168. I'll be telling him like
Yeah.
he a big dude.
He'll go up there. He'll go
Here
up
it
there.
goes.
But I think
So again,
160 gonna be the division that's gonna be very
Define
competitive
him.
for him. He might
It's
even
gonna
take an
define
L.
him.
He might even take
Oh,
an L at 160. It could happen. I don't think Boots retires undefeated unless he retires early. Because unless he changes the way he fights. I'm gonna be real. I just think
Hey,
he fights too dangerous.
I got one question for Too Rich though. Too Rich, when we go all the way back in time and we go to the point the time when Errol Spence rematch fell through and Bud, you know, he
would you
had 3 belts
stop,
and
man?
Boots had the
Stop.
you said
IBF
you was
belt.
leaving it
You
alone.
know, I just wanna ask him that. What happened right there?
Uh, after the you talking about when it what happened? Now you talking about
He
after the
talking
first
about
fight?
after they stripped Terrence Crawford for the
After
IBF
they
and Boots
stripped
got it.
Terrence Crawford and gave the belts to
Okay,
Boots, and then
okay.
the rematch fell through. At that point in time, it was Bud ain't had no fight at 154, none of that. and Boots
But
had
he
his
was
belt.
moving at 150. He was moving. And you said you didn't hear him announce. I told you, go look at the Joe Rogan podcast before the Spence first fight when he said, he said
Man,
are they playing around with the negotiations? I'm going up to fight Charlo at
thank you.
154.
All
Thank
right, we
you.
gonna leave it alone because I don't want to go back. I just wanted to know what you was gonna say, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm
So,
doing videos on this shit. You're gonna see in a minute.
all right, we gonna leave it
So
alone.
somebody got to keep
So,
Crawford name clean, man, with all this dirt in this, man. I got to carry
Yeah,
the torch, man, for the
I'm
history,
with you
bro.
too,
For
Rich.
history, man.
Well, yeah, I'm with you, Rich. Definitely do that video, man.
so look,
They
so what?
seem
So what about
really.
this though? Go ahead, Clay.
No, I was
What you
gonna
was
say
saying?
people are so. This man is retired.
Uh-huh.
An era-defining fighter, bro. He's in
Man.
a conversation with your favorite,
Mm-hmm.
the best fighters that you can bring up. He is in all those conversations. Period. I'm not even gonna argue as to whether or not he's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't got time for that. The fact is, the man is in the conversation, and he's a black man. And you know me, I don't jump on that black white shit. I'm not into that. But I can't stand for our community to
Man.
do anything else but
To
celebrate
Bud.
that man at this point in his career.
Man.
It's
It
all
is
it's done, bro. He's
it's
retired
Yeah,
and he did it big and he did it right, bro. And
yeah,
he left
man.
something that
it's
most
fucked
niggas
up.
ain't gonna even come anywhere close to accomplishing. Your
It's fucked up.
favorite fighter won't do what Terrence has done. Some of them
No.
won't do it by design. Most of them won't do it because they won't even be given the opportunity and won't be able to do it. Undefeated, 3-weight class undisputed, 5-weight class champion, 3-time lineal. Y'all better do something better than just disrespect this dude's
Hey
Man.
man,
career.
It took
I
out
feel the same. Hey
the
Clay,
two
I feel the
faces of
same.
boxing, man. He took out the
Hey,
two faces of boxing. What else
Yeah.
you want me to do?
I feel the same way, man. That's why I'm gonna just let him retire in peace. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna give him
No, fly.
that duck
Stop
card for
trolling.
free.
Stop
You know, we gonna
trolling,
give him the
man.
duck pass,
He
bro.
trolling, man. Damn.
No matter what, you're in
But what
line
y'all
to
Right.
think
take on the
about
winner
this though?
But
between
even
Ryan
even
Garcia
just to
and
add to
Mario
it,
Believe
Crawford.
even Bozy and Boots have rested the case and said, man, that
Right.
man did enough. Like even they're like, they don't entertain it. Like, oh, bro, stop doing
And
that.
and
Stop
you
I
know
know
putting
he
what
him.
don't gotta
really
fight nobody else. We saw Boots
Yeah,
and Bud sitting right next to each other
hey,
right.
at the
hey,
Shakur
hey,
Stevenson fight because they both support Shakur Stevenson, man. They were sitting right next to each other. You know, I thought that was beautiful.
if you notice Clay Bosey never fall for the okie doke. He tell that shit straight down the line.
Yup.
He even say shit that his son don't say. He be like,
Right.
well, look, man, this is what happened, man. He gonna keep it real. So when you got the dad and the son saying different shit, come on, man. Let's just call it
Hey,
even, man.
hey
Come
Clay,
on,
what
man.
Let
you?
Boots find it. Let Boots find his legacy, bro. It's out there for him.
It is.
There's plenty of fighters out there for him to make his name on. He will get there. Leave Bud out of it though. Let Bud be that
Yeah,
guy, cause he that
yeah,
guy, bro.
we
Period.
off it, bro. We off it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put my Philly bias to the side, bro.
Yeah,
So,
all that
so,
Philadelphia shit, man. All that Philly
Please,
shit,
I
man.
know, man. That Philadelphia shit.
so what?
mate.
Boy, that's
So what y'all think about this? What y'all think about this, bro? I've been saying that Ryan Garcia was trying to duck Devin Haney. He wasn't never gonna fight him. He made up that excuse on why he took that Mario Barrios fight. Instead of taking the Devin fight, he said because his fans' biggest criticism of him was that he was never a champion before. So he said he took the Barrios fight to become a champion. But I always said, I knew he was going to duck. I didn't think that he was going to fight Devin Haney. Even after that Barrios fight, he was going to try to go and fight Rolly Romero. And that's why Devin was trying to fight Rolly, but Rolly wouldn't fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, he leaving it open for Ryan to come off of that fight and then say he want to fight Rolly Romero. But listen to this, bro.
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario
It'll either be
Crawford.
Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario
it'll either be
Crawford.
Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly.
Y'all heard that first part, right?
I heard that.
I
I
mean,
heard it.
he said no matter what, he in line to get the winner of Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. So we already know that.
No. You said Barrios and Ryan. Barrios and Ryan.
Oh yeah, Barrios and Ryan
Ryan.
Garcia. But
See?
he let the cat out the bag. That hold on, let me
Beautiful.
just play the whole thing. Let's listen to the whole
They
thing
gonna
so
box
we
Dev
had a whole
out. That's why
context.
Dev gonna go to 154. They gonna box him out.
Exactly. Let's listen to the whole so we had all the context to everything.
Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Did we get a hey!
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the Rolly fight for May.
Yeah.
So basically what he's saying is, he's in line to get the winner from Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, but he about to knock Rolly out the way. He about to fight Rolly first to try to make sure that Ryan Rolly don't have no protest to, get in on the fight or whatnot. So we already know that Devin Haney, people saying that Devin, the reason why he was fighting Mario Barrios is so that he can get a belt. So him and Devin Haney can, have a bigger fight, with both of them, having a belt, or to be a unification and all of that stuff, but I already knew he was ducking. What y'all think about this information? Shout out to Showbiz too.
They gonna stall Devin out for a couple years. That's why Devin they know that. That's why they looking at 154. If Mario Barrios beat Ryan, then PBC control it. If Rolly win his fight, the PBC control it. That is not gonna work with Devin. So Devin might have to go to 154.
Hey Clay, you believe it now? Because I know you were saying that you don't believe this. You don't think that Devin was going to do that?
I knew that all these things were in motion. I knew that Conor Benn was a potential. Conor Benn is a issue for everybody who has plans to see Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. He's in that division. He brings money. He brings attention. Eddie Hearn's going to push him. Eddie Hearn's more loyal to Conor Benn than he's loyal to Conor Benn like he is to Anthony Joshua. Like that's his little Anthony Joshua. He loves him, right? So, and that's why yesterday I was saying what I was saying about as far as the Xander fight was concerned. I was like, man, we need to push for this fight to happen now. Why? Because Xander, I don't know how long he's going to last at 154. I don't know that he continues to cut that weight. He's getting bigger and bigger every time I see him. And I don't know how long he's going to last. I'm saying, Devin might want to make it a priority to get at him right now, early. I think Xander's going to have a great career. So I think the victory over Xander Zayas would age like wine for Devin. And I think he can get him early the same way Mayweather got Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like get him. And then what he's going to do afterwards, if you can get him now, become unified, solidify your legacy, get all the big fights at 154 as well, being a unified champion. Probably can make it even a lineal. We talked about that yesterday as well, as to whether or not they might offer the Ring magazine as part to the winner of that fight, and get him now before Xander has to make a move, because I think there's a good chance that after this next fight he might have to make a move. If he doesn't fight him, I see him probably fighting Josh Kelly. That's why I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Xander and Josh Kelly probably gonna fight. So he needs to make a move now. He needs to strike while the kettle is hot, bro, and make something happen. You know what I mean? Because once you get Eddie Hearn involved in that situation, and Xander probably made his last fight with Josh Kelly, he's probably going to 160.
Yep, I agree.
Or he could fight your guy Keith Thurman or Fandora for the undisputed.
Talking about those guys.
Yeah. Listen, people.
Is that Claymore? Is that Claymore trying to talk Devin into an ass whooping?
Listen, all right, hold on. Yeah. So
go talk him into it. Go talk him into that ass whooping. I wish he would go up there. Go on up there.
Hey, you ain't see what it is. What the deal is? He can't get no fight down there, man. They boxing him out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
They blackballed him.
You guys was watching Shakur. I was watching that Barral Xander fight.
I watched both.
Xander's big, man. Xander's not a little 154. His dude is big.
Well, here's the thing, Shelton. If you actually watch that fight, was Abbas Baharu was he able to hit you know what I mean? And he was able to Xander, man. Xander's not unhittable, untouchable to say the least, right? He's
I
not.
ain't say he's untouchable.
No,
I
I know.
say
You're right.
from
Hold
what I
on.
saw and what I've
Hold on. I'm
seen
gonna let
from
you
Devin,
respond. Hold on, I'm
he
gonna let
too
you
much
respond.
for Devin. He
No,
too much for Devin.
I'm gonna let you respond. And here's the thing. I'm looking at that fight and the way he paced himself, he doesn't look like he would have to be a little bit more and I touched it. He would have to get his timing down a little better. His timing, I don't think, is on par with Devin. And I think Devin's going to utilize that situation to pick his shots and try to stay away from Xander's boxing ability. They're both boxers. It's not like Xander's is like a pound for pound knockout artist, right? No, he's a boxer like Devin. So Devin's going to utilize his mentality, his things, that his skills he learned, and he's going to go and try to pick on a young boy because he feels that he's green. He can figure out things.
Oh, okay. Can I put one thing in the middle of this and say we got to
Go ahead, bro.
we got to remember one thing about Xander Zayas, and I've talked about it on the channel many times. One of the things I love about Xander Zayas, he gets better every fight.
Agreed.
Which is why it's important that Devin gets him as soon as possible.
Right.
He is young. Sometimes he got the mustache right now, and he got all these features that make it look grown. But that is a baby, bro. And he's a baby that has been growing right in front of our eyes. If you guys remember Xander back in the day, like 147? He was fighting. Hey, he is growing every day, not only physically but mentally. The maturity is crazy. And he's leveling up and he's dedicated to his craft. The man don't talk to his mama during training camp. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. You know
I'm just saying that I think he's too much for Devin.
Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Correct.
And what that
I
means
think
is
he's too much for Devin.
the Xander that you've seen in the ring with a Box Baharu is probably going to be way better when he fights Devin. He's going to be way better than what he was against Box because he does this. He's consistent. He's moving in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And that's why I say certain fighters, Keyshawn Davis is another fighter. I'm telling you, fight him as soon as you can. If you plan on fighting him, get him early. You let him get in his bag. You let him get those fights, and he gets better. He's
more
gonna be a
dangerous.
problem.
Yeah, the more dangerous they
He
become.
needs to fight Keyshawn now.
Hey,
He can go ahead and fight Keyshawn now. Deal with 47. Leave Xander alone. Because I think Xander's too much for him.
Hold on, y'all. Let me hear from Big Dog Will. He popped up here as soon as I put that joint up there. What you got, Big Dog?
Man, I think Xander, and I don't like that fight. Not for Devin this early. I just don't like it. Not for Xander this early either. I just don't like that fight. I want to see Devin actually officially move up to 154 to get that fight. I don't like it. Devin got shit to be at 147. Why don't you just clean out the division? I know people don't want to fight him and shit.
What about them ducking? What I just showed you about Ryan Garcia ducking them, and playing in a fight with Conor Ben. After coming off of the Mario Barrios fight, if he wins.
Is that what you're trying to do? I didn't see that.
Let me run it back. You're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario. Well, no matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Did we get a hey?
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working.
You saw that? So,
why did nigga walk around?
I've been telling everybody Ryan Garcia was ducking Devin Haney, and nobody wanted to believe me, man. I already saw the play.
I don't understand why that nigga walk around looking like Cisco and shit like that. And I don't. Why do you have blonde hair? Anyway, I ain't going to talk about that.
Nigga, if you made $20 million in the course of a year, you have blonde hair too.
No, I wouldn't,
bro. Because he did.
But I don't know what's going on with that division. I didn't see that. No, I was just gotten stupid. Like Devin, and that's the fight. Devin and Ryan, that's the fight of the division right there. Especially with that belt.
Ryan win that belt, he is not gonna fight. Not the very next fight. He's not gonna fight. He gonna enjoy that belt for at least one fight.
Yeah, especially if he got a choice to get Conor. If Conor's on the table, he's taking Conor because you get the money and he's got to be more confident. If Conor is on the table, Ryan is not taking Devin Haney Conor Ben. I don't believe it.
Nope.
And then
Hey,
this
let me say
fight,
this though. Hey Clay, you remember on your show, I said before the Norman fight, I said one of the biggest factors we're gonna be is Norman gonna be ready for the moment. What Devin Haney got on over all them fighters, I don't care if it's Xander Zayas, I don't care if it's Boots, I don't care who it is. When they step on the stage, Devin Haney is the star. Nobody has been in the moments that he's been in. And that's what Tank Davis have over a lot of his opponents. He's the star. Well, whoever Devin get in the ring with now, he's the star. And that's what he's riding high on. And I think he's going to be hard to beat. With that confidence, I think he's going to be hard to beat. I don't care who he fight. He's going to be hard to beat. I'm not saying he's unbeatable, but he's going to be hard to beat.
I agree.
I mean,
Clay.
he's.
No, too
I
rich.
mean,
Let me add to that and just send this back at you and tell me what you think now. I believe Xander feels the same way. I believe he's
Until
eager
he
to
get on
put
the
himself in
stage
the
with
moment.
Devin, though.
I
Until
know,
he
but
get on stage with Devin.
man, he's such a listen. Let's look at Xander's eyes. Let's be honest now. Xander's a leader in his gym. Everybody looks up to him. He's like a Shakur in his gym. Everybody looks at him. When they running, he's ahead of the pack and he's leading a squad. He's the leader of Puerto Rico. He put Puerto Rico on his map. He loved that moment in the limelight in Puerto Rico. He believes he's a true believer in himself, bro. And I think that was an excellent point you made. Brian Norman was somebody who just came out of nowhere, got some confidence against Giovanni Santillan. We was hoping that would translate into something inside that ring, and it didn't. Devin showed that light drowned Brian Norman. He wasn't ready for that big stage, and that even it was an intimate location in Riyadh, it was the biggest stage in the world for Brian Norman. I think Xander loves that shit. Certain fighters, Keyshawn's another one, loves it, loves the light, loves the attention. I think they do meet that moment, and I think that's what makes a fight interesting because Devin doesn't have that edge on these guys. I think it's just going to be honest. Who's better than who in the ring? That's what I believe. But that's just the eye test.
And Clay,
Yeah,
now this is what
no
I was
doubt.
gonna ask you. I know you be on the Boxing Voice, and I remember they was talking about Lewis Crocker. Did that fight fall through?
Eddie
No way.
Hearn
No.
not going to put his fighters in
Eddie
there
did.
with
No
Devin,
way.
man.
The only way Eddie Hearn is going to, and I said this a long time ago.
No. What happened was
Hold on.
Matchroom lost
Hold
the
on.
first
Hold
bid.
on. Hold on. Hold on,
Sheldon.
They
Shelton.
lost the first bid.
No, yeah, but that's because
MVP won the first bid. That fight's happening in Australia.
yeah, but regardless, Eddie Hearn could have. Listen, that fight was there to be made with Lewis Crocker and Devin Haney. The reason that fight's not going to happen is very simple. Eddie Hearn is going to do business with Devin Haney in one way, and one way only. You gonna give me my 3 fights, like you gave Bob Arum when I got out your way and let you go fight Cambosis. You're not coming over here taking the title away from one of my champions and just going off into the sunset and doing what the fuck you feel like it. He's not letting that shit happen, bro. Straight up. And you can see it on Eddie Hearn's face. I know you, motherfucker. I worked with you before, and we not
So
doing that this time around.
so
So let me
so
know when
so
you're ready to do business.
Who's Xander signed to? Who's Xander
That's a
signed
fact,
to?
Greg. That's a fact.
Top
That's
rank.
a fact.
Top rank.
Top rate.
Oh, okay.
so Ray, let me ask you
You.
this, Ray. If Keyshawn decide to fight that dude that just won the belt at 140, what is Devin gonna do?
If
Devin.
Keyshawn decides what? Say it
Xander
again.
Zayas.
So
Xander Zayas. That's all he left with.
Yeah, that's what we
yeah.
all talking about.
So
This whole conversation is about Xander being
right.
the most legitimate option, the most logical option for Devin right now. Not
And,
Mm.
and
later on
Xander
it could
should
change.
believe. Xander should believe he beats Devin. He should believe that he beats Devin Haney. So that fight might get made.
Yeah,
And the only other option he may have is if the WBO puts on a mandatory shot with
Jack.
Jack Catterall. That may be another fight that may be
I mean, that
that
fight,
could happen.
if that
But
fight happens, it's because if he does that fight to me, that's equivalent to Jaron Boots Ennis fighting Karen the second time. You feel
exactly.
me?
And that
It's
doesn't
gonna
make
be
any
like
sense to do it.
And
it
his
only makes
corporate gonna
sense
pay
if he
for that.
knows he's
Hey,
getting those other
we know
fights.
the WBO is on board with it too, bro.
We know, yeah, exactly. But
WBO is trying to sell it. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the
yeah,
people behind it. They want to see if they can get some attention, if this can get some traction. That's what they want to see. But like I said, if Devin stays there and fights Jack, it's gonna be like Karen. It's
Yes,
going to
I
be a
agree.
fight that he does only because he knows or believes he really is going to get some unification. If he
Right.
doesn't have that guaranteed and locked in, like, well, I'm going to get a unification or a Ryan or I mean whatever it is that he's trying to get, there's no reason to even fight
It's
that
just a stay
category.
busy. It's just a stay busy fight, and it doesn't even make too much sense. But that's the only other option he has. I don't see the Tiger Johnson fight coming up because I think that's Tiger Johnson's way too down the line. It's a possibility, but it's too high risk, low reward, and especially after the melee. You know, what I mean, it would be good for Precious, but I don't. What the hell is going on?
The bad thing about Devin Haney is he can't. They not gonna really pay him nothing to fight a
Right.
Stanionis.
Right.
Exactly. What is
They not
Turkey
gonna
got to
pay
pay for the
him.
fight?
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think Stanionis
don't
moved up to
Devin
54.
doesn't Devin have 2 more fights under contract with Turkey, or is it 1 more? I thought it was 1 more, but is it 2?
And Turkey
It's
gonna
two
give him some
more.
smoke now. Turkey
For
gonna
me,
give
I
him
think
some
he's got to
smoke.
go with Turkey a long line anyways. He gonna
I
find
can't
some
hear you.
smoke.
What'd you say?
He's
Huh?
probably going to extend even if he has 2 more.
He has 2 more. Okay.
Yeah. But he's probably going to extend. I don't think.
I think
Turkey pays
and I
good
also
money.
think as far as the Keyshawn situation is concerned, if you guys want to make the fight with Keyshawn, send him a contract. Stop playing. Send it over to him because
Hey, yo, let me
Keyshawn,
get
in
this
my
super
opinion,
chat. Yeah, go ahead. You finish up.
Keyshawn, in my opinion, takes the fight. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
But
but
at the end of the
Xander's a
day,
better fight though.
people are
I
talking
think
about
he clout
Keyshawn.
chasing. I think he clout chasing a little bit.
I think he cloud chasing too, but I think you call him on his bluff, bro. Send that
Who you
man a
talking about,
contract
Keyshawn?
I
because
think
he
he.
gonna get a fight
Yeah,
and be out the
because
way
he
soon.
said it before
So
we called out
I
Devin.
think
He was
Keyshawn
just
should
clout
take.
chasing.
Hold on,
I
y'all.
think.
Let me get this super chat,
Oh
yo.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. My
Shout
bad.
out to Jonathan Jackson with the 9.99 super chat. He said Xander hasn't seen those bright lights going from a side topic for fight week to everyone talking about you is a big step, Clay. He hasn't seen the big stage, Clay. Be real.
Hey, I'm
Yo,
trying to tell
Shout out
you
to
that big
Jonathan
stage,
Jackson.
Hey,
bro.
Cash, last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich, bitch.
But the
Hey, you say
Keyshawn fight's a
anything
waste of
about
time.
Devin? You say anything about Devin, boy? Jonathan is gonna be on your head, boy.
Hold
You
on,
know what I'm saying?
let Clay
Whoa,
address
hey,
it
yo.
since he
Give me
mentioned
that.
Clay. I want Clay
listen,
to address it.
Give me that.
listen. Some things you just gotta go with what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, Madison Square Garden, Lomachenko, beautiful, bro. Big stage. You know what I'm saying? To me, Xander Zayas in Puerto Rico headlining his own card is a big deal. That's his home country. He has a lot of pride in it. He had every reason to be nervous. Is this that's equivalent to me, Keyshawn Davis, showing me that he's good in the lights by what he did in Virginia. That's a big stage for those guys. A lot of pressure, hometown. He got to win this fucking fight for unification, become the youngest unified champion in the world. Man, he had all that in front of him, but he didn't let none of that. Matter of fact, he grew. He embraced it. He became a superstar that night. I just see the star quality in him, man, and I believe that if we're counting on him curling, becoming smaller underneath the lights, I personally ain't betting on that.
And you see that,
Yo,
and,
yo,
and,
yo,
and,
yo,
hold on.
That might do 1 million
And the whole
pay-per-views,
thing
man.
is, you got to remember, Devin is the new call out, man. He's getting called out more than any fighter right now, and a lot of fighters look at him as an easy lick, and the dude is proven time and time again that he's not. So all his name just keeps coming up with all these different people. And I think when we look at the other people avoiding, we use the word avoiding. I'm not going to say ducking because I don't believe in ducking until there's a contract and you walk away after you sign it. There's just way too much going on. That guy has like the fruits of his labor. He can pick from a fruit bowl and pick whatever he wants, bro. Apples, oranges, bananas, whatever, boys. I'm
He
just
ain't
letting
gonna
you
get
know.
paid. He ain't gonna get that bag.
I know that. I'm just saying he has it at the touch of, like, he really can grab whatever he wants.
yo, can I jump in here real quick? Salute, Go guys. ahead. Yo, so for this, I think that the Keyshawn fight's a waste of time. The reason being, I feel like if Keyshawn, let's say Devin fights Keyshawn, right? What's going to happen? He beats Keyshawn, best case scenario. People are going to be like, he brought somebody from 140 off of a little, off of like a subpar win. They're going to criticize Devin. He's not going to get any kind of accolade from that. Shakur is a good fight, but like, I think the best fight from him is Xander. I do favor Xander. And Clay, I heard you said that Xander gets better with each fight, but Devin also gets better with each fight. I don't think Xander is like changing exponentially or anything like that.
No, I don't think there's any questions here about Devin Haney, the capability and the abilities of Devin, and the fact that Devin is going to probably be favored to a certain degree. But what I'm telling you, what I'm telling everybody is that Xander is going to fight the shit out of Devin. That's just a fact. People got it. He's not going to fall.
He's a boxer, though.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm just using that word. I know he's a boxer, bro, but what I'm saying is, so is Devin. He's a boxer as well.
Devin's a better boxer, so I don't know. Maybe Devin's
a what boxer?
I don't think so.
What is he? He's a what boxer?
Devin's a better boxer, though. That's the difference.
That's what the fight is for, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
we'll see. We'll see.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if people are counting on Xander Zayas to like shrink in the moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not more than likely. He's gonna fight the living shit out of Devin.
The best Xander is gonna come out, and the best Xander is going to lose. That's why I expect that.
Maybe. I mean, I see where you stand on that part of the conversation. Yeah. But me, I'm not saying Xander beats Devin. I'm saying I'm here to see the fight. I'm here to see a great fight, and I think it's a worthy fight because I think Xander will give Devin a run for his money, and I definitely think, without a doubt, Xander can beat Devin. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't like even the Boots fight. I think like even the Boots fight is sort of a waste of time, you know, because Boots haven't really accomplished much at 154. And the same thing will happen. The same thing that happened to Brian Norman when Devin beat Brian Norman. If he beats Boots, everybody's gonna be like, "Well, Boots was just green. Boots wasn't really as good as we thought he was." You know, that's all that's going to happen. But with Xander, if he beats Xander, that's those accolades. That's a legacy for him right there.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
that's actually a good point you made, Boxing Actor. I just look at it at the point of what because I think on the channel today, Clay, we have Bernard Hackett on there. He broke down the fight as well, and he gave some good points. Some things that I agree with, a lot of things I agree with.
Y'all gonna just let that fly with Boxing Hackett just said, man? He ain't gonna get no credit for beating Boots. Come on, bro.
Yeah, he gets no.
I'm staying away from that fight right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
That fight ain't gonna get no credit.
For Brian Norman, there were people out here talking about Brian Norman was gonna kill Devin. Man, somebody told me, man, Brian Norman was about to put Devin in a funeral. They're like, Boxing Hacker, are you crying yet? Are you crying yet? It's almost here.
Oh my god!
The minute Brian Norman lost to Devin, you know, people just like flip flop were like, well, Brian Norman didn't really. He was smoking mirrors anyway. We all knew he wasn't that good. Look at his footwork. Yeah, he wasn't that good. The same thing with Boots hasn't accomplished much. Boots best way to stay on this. If Devin goes to 154 and beats Boots, they'll be like, oh, he wasn't even a champion at 154.
Boots was unified. Boots a unified champion, bro. Stop, man.
He wasn't a champion at 154. He's still green. That's what they're gonna say.
No, you say he ain't accomplished much though. He accomplished something.
He was an email champion and he beat Stanley Honest, man. Let's be for real.
Then he unified at 147.
I promise you guys, I'm always right about the stuff like this.
Hacker has a point. I mean, Stanley Honest was on ice for what, 2.5 years before?
Yes.
Something like that.
Exactly, man. Y'all, it's too much glaze.
Don't be happy with all these people like hyping you up, because the moment you lose, they're gonna like say you're saying some garbage.
For real, they're gonna throw you away.
But I do kind of disagree with you a little bit. I do think that if Devin was to beat Boots, that'd be a staple point. That'd be a big mark in his
I
don't think so. Yeah, most people think Devin gonna lose. Most people think Devin gonna lose.
That's what he's saying, Clay. He's saying that they're gonna write him off before.
But they thought he was gonna lose to Norman. They thought he was gonna lose to Norman.
I know, but listen, but Boots is celebrated as a literal runner up for face of boxing. They're just waiting for him to get a signature fight. They believe in him. If Devin beats Boots, bro, it's gonna be props. It's gonna be it's gonna be good for Devin.
I trust me.
Devin would get credit for fighting beating Boots. I think so.
I think that night they'll give him credit, just like they did with Brian Norman.
Well, haters are gonna hate.
Hold on,
right. Brian Norman and Boots is not the same people, bro. We gotta stop.
I understand. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing.
The next day they're gonna be like, well, y'all saw what Karen did to Boots.
Exactly. The haters are gonna hate, bro. That's what they're gonna do.
But that's what I'm
gonna find. Boxing space in
Yo,
general
hold on. What
recognizes
did Karen do to Boots, bro? That's crazy how they be saying. He said you saw what Karen did to Boots. What did he do to him? But lose
He
every
gave him
round, man.
problems. You saw Bruce's face at the end of that fight. He didn't look like he dominated no fight. He looked like he couldn't believe what happened.
What was wrong with Boots' face?
Oh,
he was looking like he was frustrated. What you mean? Go pull it up. He didn't look happy, like he was
I thought
frustrated.
you was going. Come on, most people say, "Oh, his face was lumped up," but this you talking
No,
about
what
he
I'm
looked like
saying
he
is,
was
what did he
frustrated.
say after the fight? He said after the fight, man, maybe it's time for me to move to 154 where I have a little more pop.
He
That's what
was
he said.
frustrated. Why?
Maybe it's
Because he
time for me to
couldn't
move to
knock him out.
154 where I have a little bit more pop. So
He was
that sounds like
frustrated because he
frustration.
was frustrated that he didn't knock him out though. But come on, bro.
Okay, but then in the press conference, they said, okay, Ortiz is ready at 154. Then he said no.
Hey,
You see what I mean? He talked himself into
want
that.
me to
He
hit
talked
this,
himself
bro.
into that.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, from Philly. You know, anytime you talk to somebody from Philly about Boots, they be thinking that Boots is God. So,
listen.
Well,
No, we don't
Philly
think that
fans
Boots
are-
guy.
Philly fans are Philly fans,
Boots
bro.
got a limit, man. I would if you was to tell me that Boots could go up there and beat David Benavidez or something like that. I'm gonna tell you, nah, bro. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? If they was the same, if he was a little closer to him in weight, maybe.
who do you think is more skilled, Boots or Shakur Stevenson?
Boots,
Boots
Jaron
can
Boots
fight at
Ennis, of course.
168.
More
See,
skillful.
that's delusion right there.
How is that delusion?
Hold
That's delusion.
on, skillful. That's y'all gotta listen to the question.
Who's more skilled?
I've seen Boots play with his food in the ring. I never saw Shakur play with his food in the ring.
Boots doesn't have the top tier fighters against him to push him. So
Shakur
that's
played
kind of
with
hard.
lineal
That's kind of
champions,
hard
right?
to say.
And Shakur this is the
Shakur
first
played
top
with
tier
lineal
fighter that
champions.
Shakur fought.
Shakur
Hey,
played with lineal
I
champions,
think
bro.
I don't know, man.
That's a different level of.
He made a lot of guys.
Look, they ain't got nothing to say about that.
No,
This my thing.
Shakur
This
made
my
a lot
thing.
of guys look simple, bro. A lot of
I'm
guys.
Yeah, but not to the same guys that the type of guys that he made simple is the type of guys that Boots played around with.
No.
We saw
Boots has
Roman. We
never
saw
fought
Roman Villa. Come on, man. Speedy Rashidi Ellis. People had high hopes for him. Him and Boots was supposed to fight, but he got hurt by Roman Villa.
Speedy,
You know what I'm saying? And then Boots,
Speedy actually won that fight, but we can go
Yeah,
from
he
there.
won that fight,
he
bro.
didn't win the fight, bro. He
Yes,
didn't
he
win
did.
the fight.
On paper, he didn't win, but he won in the ring.
Every round.
No, he looked like he lost. I don't know.
No, he got dropped twice.
That was the last round, though. You can't just make him lose the fight for the last round.
Well, that's what it seemed like. That's what they did, according to
That's
y'all.
exactly
If
what
that's
they
what y'all
did.
believe.
No.
Yeah, he was dominating
Boots
that
never
fight.
fought anybody in caliber of Teofimo Lopez. You know that, right? Not one person has he fought that's on that caliber. And
Because they ducking. Virgil Ortiz was supposed to be the first one, and look how long he been ducking since 147, man.
Virgil Ortiz has never been a champion, bro.
And let me say this.
Virgil Ortiz, as much as we say his name, is just a contender.
And
That's
to
all
answer
he
your
is.
question,
That's
Hey,
it.
not for nothing,
Boots got more skills, but Shakur.
What happened to everybody? So Virgil Ortiz is trash now.
No,
he ain't a top tier fighter. He ain't a top tier fighter.
Virgil Ortiz is number one in the Ring Magazine rankings, bro. He's number one.
You gotta be a champion, bro. You gotta prove yourself. You can't be around a contender.
But he ain't the best fighter. Where you put Virgil
Look,
at 154?
He's number one. It's not what we put him. It's where he's
No,
ranked.
where you put him is what he is. He's
That
number
shit
one.
don't mean shit. You know that.
The Ring Magazine rankings don't mean
it's done.
Okay.
He's the number one contender.
Hey man, he's recognized. He's recognized. He's recognized, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's
But
over Sebastian Pandora. He's over Xander Zayas. He's over all those guys in the Ring Magazine. He's up there. If right now what that number one, as far as I understand, means is he fights Xander Zayas right now for the unified titles. That's a literal reason for Xander to fight Virgil, because the winner of that fight walks away unified and with the Ring Magazine belt and be the lineal champion.
Wow.
That's what Virgil brings to the table. So we're not going to talk about Virgil like he's not that. Just because you disagree with it is cool. But on paper,
Virgil ain't that.
That's what he brings to the table. That's
Virgil
what he brings
ain't
to the
that.
table.
He
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say he brings, Clay?
If Virgil fights Xander Zayas right now, right?
Yeah.
And Xander Zayas beats Virgil. If there was an argument as to why would Xander Zayas fight Virgil, it's because if he beats Virgil, he walks away with the Ring Magazine belt with the lineal. He gets
He
a
already
lineal
has a
title.
magazine belt. It's not about Virgil. What the hell is Virgil? Yo, that's like
Virgil's
okay.
number
Boots
one.
beats Virgil.
Number one, bro.
Wait.
Virgil's number one.
And
He
there's
the
two
number.
belts on the line.
He the number one duck. That's what he is.
Magazine belt.
Okay. Y'all
No,
put me-
Virgil
okay.
Ortiz don't got. Hold on, Virgil Ortiz got a loss.
No.
No, he's
Yeah,
undefeated.
they talking like Virgil Ortiz lost to
I
somebody.
mean,
or
am
something.
I wrong though? Hold
No,
on.
you're
you're
not.
wrong.
Clay.
You're
You're
wrong.
not.
No,
You're
you're
not.
not wrong.
He
I'm
should have
trying
lost.
to figure out what.
You're wrong.
Y'all are
lost
looking at.
already.
Hold on. Y'all are getting into your fighters' bags. This is the boxing bag, bro. You got to stay in the boxing bag.
Yeah.
And that's what Clay is trying to tell you. Like, if he's ranked number one in the Ring Magazine and Virgil with 2 belts goes and makes that fight with Virgil, that's going to be a ring belt on the line. That's what he's trying to explain to you.
Xander. You said
Boxers,
Xander. Yeah,
yes.
Xander. Yeah.
Thank you. It's going to be a belt on the. I'm sorry, the ring belt on the line.
Yeah.
Will be on the line unless there's titles involved with Virgil, because
They
Virgil
changed the rankings
in the
tomorrow.
division.
Right?
All right,
No,
I'm
Xander's
done.
actually already has a ring belt.
It doesn't have a ring belt.
Crazy.
It would
He
be on
should.
the line.
He should.
He's
There's-
not.
there's no-
There's no ring champion right now in 154 besides Charlo, who was the former champion.
Here's the thing though, right? Virgil
Right,
doesn't
right,
bring
right,
a
right,
ring
right.
title. We're talking
What?
about Virgil has some title to give. No, he doesn't. If Boots was to fight the same Virgil Ortiz and Boots beats Virgil, he doesn't get no ring title.
Because there's no titles involved. Xander has
Yeah.
2 belts.
So Xander doesn't.
Xander has
Virgil,
2 belts.
Virgil doesn't bring anything.
Oh my God!
You're
Get
being
into your
te-
boxer
you're-
bag, bro.
You're being. Hold on a second. You're being. I get the technical aspect of what you're bringing to the table, right? Like I understand that Virgil does not carry a Ring Magazine belt.
Nor does he bring one.
He does, but beating him gives Xander Zayas a ring belt.
Yes.
But why is that? Why can't Xander have a ring belt now?
He has the interim belt, right?
Yeah, he has an interim WBC.
But what?
Yeah, that's why.
What part of the ruling does that? It doesn't make sense to me. Clay, explain. Why would beating Virgil, the number one contender, right? When Xander's already is unified champion, why does that bring a ring belt and then versus now?
It's no good.
I don't get it. Like, what if Virgil fights Fedor? Does he not get a ring belt too?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so though. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying he's number one. I mean,
if he
that is a good question. Will getting 3 will becoming 3, 3 belt unified champion Trump, fighting Virgil Ortiz? Like,
hell yeah.
Let's
for the
find
ring.
out.
Hell yeah.
Let's find
possibly.
out.
I don't know if they choose to do it. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I bet you if Xander fights that nigga and he beats him, I bet you he walks away with ring.
So yes, if he fought Fundora, it would be for a ring belt as well because Fundora is number 2. So it'd be one versus two.
It would be. Yeah. It would be.
Yes,
exactly.
That makes sense. I don't know why Virgil brings a ring belt. Virgil's not even a champion at all.
Virgil's number
But
one.
he's number
Why
one.
is he number one?
He's number one.
That's why. What do you mean? Like he's number one. It's clear.
Why do you guys keep saying?
If the champion fights, if the champion fights a 1 or 2, they get a
Boxing
ring
hacker
belt.
confused. He don't understand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see, but I thought it was 1 or 2 champions.
No,
it's 1 and 2 in the division.
In the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Clay, I got a question for you then.
That makes no sense.
You hear me, Clay?
You just said it made sense. I said it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make
I
sense.
mean, yo, you mean it don't make no sense? Like
okay, let's
like
put it in perspective.
shouldn't
Okay,
make sense, but it makes sense because the rules clearly paint a.
So why didn't Devin get the ring belt then, Clay?
There was an argument for that. People talked about that.
Yep.
They talked
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
what
They
I'm saying.
felt like
It
he
doesn't
should have
make
got
sense
on your
that way.
belt.
Here's what I'm saying, right? Here's what I'm saying. Check this out, guys. Let's say Xander only has 1 belt, right? Right, and somebody else has a unified belt, right? And Xander ends up fighting the number 1 guy in the division, which is Ortiz, right? And beats Ortiz. And so, and let's say Fedor is unified, and Xander only has 1. Why would Xander get a ring belt while he only has 1 belt versus Fedor who has 2 belts?
It's all about the
It depends on
rankings.
rankings.
I'll give you a perfect example. Teofimo went over into 140, lineal champion. Why? You know what I'm saying? He got a WBO title, 1 title, and he's a lineal champion. It's not
Who's
about
that?
being unified. Teofimo Lopez. Right now,
Nah, Josh Taylor had it.
No. That's not why he became lineal. He
Yeah,
became lineal
no,
because Josh Taylor was lineal.
Josh had it, right. But
Yeah.
that's because of the Ring magazine. It had nothing to do with unifications and multiple belts. No, it was because he had that belt. He lost the other belts because they got taken off of him for whatever reason, whether he vacated them or whether he didn't defend them or whatever it is.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, there are scenarios where somebody can have one belt and be a lineal champion. Right now, Virgil Ortiz is number 1 on the Ring magazine rankings, which is the most important rankings when it comes to getting that lineal belt. The only thing missing is him getting, him fighting the number 2 guy, right? Or him fighting another champ. Like if Virgil Ortiz were to beat, let's say, Josh Kelly, does Virgil Ortiz get the lineal? Would he get a lineal belt?
No.
Virgil,
he
will because he's number 1 and he gets a title. Yes, he'll get it.
Well,
you get what? Ring magazine belts?
I don't know where it really
Yes, because he's ranked number 1. So if he get a title, then if he had a title and he's ranked number 1, then he gets the belt. He's already ranked number 1. So if he gets the title, then he gets it.
Let's do this. Let's look into it.
What's Josh Kelly rank?
Let's reconvene back on this conversation tomorrow.
Yeah, let's reconvene. It's a little confusing, but no, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look into it to make sure.
Virgil doesn't have nothing, bro.
I'm telling you what it's going to be before what I believe it's going to be. Yes, he's going to get it. Yes, he will get it because he's already he's number 1. He's number 1.
It's number 1, 2, or 3. I think Josh Kelly not even ranked 1, 2, or 3.
They didn't put him
No,
there.
but if he get the title, he'll still be number 1. If he get the title, he'll still be number 1.
I pulled it up.
If Virgil is already 1 now, and he gets a title, he gets the Ring magazine belt. He's already number 1.
It has to be between number 1
I already
or 2.
pulled it up. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for him.
All right, pull it up so we can figure that out and be done with this because
help us out.
It is kind of confusing. Thanks to fucking Boxing Hacker, you got me.
You can't be ranked number 1 and have a title and not have the ring belt.
Clay.
Yes, you can. It has to be between 1 and 2.
Name somebody who got one.
Fucking know no more.
Name somebody who's number 1 in the
not
ring
number 1
rankings.
contender, number 1 champion, bro. That's what gets the ring belt. Not number 1. Y'all talking about number 1 contender?
No, not number 1 champion. It's just number 1. And if there's no belt, if there's no belt, then number 1 and number 2 got to fight in the division. But if you got number 1 in the division and he fight. If you got number 1 in the division and then he gets a belt, he gets the lineal title with it.
He has to fight 2 or 3.
You keep talking about Virgil like Virgil's a
he has to fight 2 or 3.
He's not a number 2 champion.
He just can't fight.
He's a contender. You guys are confused. No, like
freaking pull up this
ring belt.
Hold on. Ray pulled up something. Hold on. Ray might have pulled up something that can help us all out. Ray, do you have anything to put some clarity on this at all?
I mean, I have the Ring magazine ranking right now for 154.
Okay, what is it saying?
So right now, if freaking pulls it up, we can easily go over it. So right now, here I need to zoom in because I don't think everybody can see this. Hold on a second. So right now, the championship is vacant with Virgil here at number 1. So if he fights any of the champions, which they still have Bakram listed and Israel Majimov, I think, who just fought at 160 or something, listed. So those 2 are wiped out. So we're probably going to see Xander at number 3, and probably Josh Kelly at number 4, possibly. So with that being said, any of those 4 guys fight number 1 will have an option to fight for the vacant title of the ring belt. That will give them the ring belt. If any of them, whoever wins out of those 3 guys, include 4 guys, I'm sorry, in the ring, at fighting the number 1 fighter only fighting Virgil Ortiz. If 2 versus 3 or 3 versus 4 or 2 versus 4, that doesn't mean nothing. It's whoever has the belts and fighting number 1 will be the next ring championship, ring title. And it's weird because I'm glad somebody put the finger on it when they was talking about Devin Haney and
that's not true.
And hold on, because when they were talking about the welterweight division, and at the time that Brian Norman was number 1 and Devin Haney was number 2, and he asked them to put the ring belt on the line, they refused to do so, which is kind of crazy, right? Because that should have been for the ring title. And they did not do that for whatever reason. Now, I don't know if it's politics. I don't know if it's just like something that it was too late.
Hey, Ray, can I say something? Can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah, that was
hold on.
That don't matter, Clay. He's still number 2.
But he was number 2.
Number 2.
Well,
he was ranked number 2.
He He was when
That's
they
where they
fought.
Yeah,
ranked him.
he was ranked number 2 in the ring belt, ring
Yeah.
magazine.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
But
and
here's
it
the
should
problem
have happened. But that's why he asked for. Hold on, let me finish.
No, I think
Yeah,
it ain't happened because Boots hadn't dropped the belts yet.
no, he did.
No,
The reason
this
why it
after
didn't
that
happen.
frequent.
Hold on, let me tell you. The reason why it didn't. The reason why I believe it didn't happen is because when they brought that to the table, the fight was already set for what it was. He later asked for the ring belt after the press conference was already announced. So I think that was something he asked to put on the line. But I mean, technically, it should have been on the line. They should have thought about that earlier. But it is what it is. Things happen.
Wait, when Devin put that tweet out, Boots had already officially
Yeah,
dropped the belts.
Brian Newman was
Yes.
champion. He
Yes.
dropped the belt
Oh,
twice
okay.
already. Yeah. So
But wait, what you guys are looking at is like a one belt system right now. That's why the ring belt's the only belt on top, right? If you have if you have multiple champions in the division, they trump the contenders. So like if let's say there's Fundora and then there's Xander, if they fight, they get the ring. I don't know how Virgil. I don't really understand how Virgil will make. But Xander's already unified. He probably should have the ring belt anyway. I don't know why Virgil will bring anything to that argument.
We have to wait for the
Virgil's
updates, bro.
Yeah,
but like this is just a one belt system.
But exactly. But I mean, the most, in my opinion, the most important ranking system.
Yo, I gotta go, gentlemen. I gotta go to work. Salute. Catch y'all later. I'll be listening.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going.
I got like
opinion,
5 more
I'm
minutes.
going, Ray. I would say that the most important ranking system, if we're talking about the conversation of a Ring Magazine belt, would be the Ring Magazine rankings, bro. Like, I don't think they don't take into consideration those belts like that. You know what I'm saying? So they take them to a certain degree, but not that much. I think the rankings overstand everything. That's what I believe. But I'm gonna do my research tonight, or when I get in the morning, I guess. And the next time we convene here, I think I have a little bit more information. I make sense of it all. But,
Hey Clay, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Smoke?
None.
What you got on my drink?
None.
Don't lie.
Nothing, man.
What you got, Craig?
I'm broke as a joke.
Y'all some high rollers, and y'all broke. What's up, Stanley? Well,
You hear me, Ray? You hear me, Ray? Clay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
How many times Devin got to prove you wrong for you to come to the dark side?
He ain't never proved me wrong except for once. What do you mean come to the dark side? Like what? Be a Devin Haney fan? I'll never be a fan of none of these niggas, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. The closest thing I can come to a fan is a supporter of Terrence Crawford. Never in my life. I will never do it, bro.
Come on, bro. Hanos Clan is organized support, Ray.
Last
Clay.
time I was a fan was Roy Jones, bro. That was the last fighter I was a fan of, bro. And he killed me when Tarver knocked him out and broke me of all that fan energy I got. So y'all can have that shit. I'll never go through that again. I stayed in my house for about a damn week after that damn fight, bro. Couldn't come outside, bro.
The Hanos Clan is organized support, man. Yo, that being said, man, we've been on for 3 hours, man. I'm gonna have to shut it down, man. I appreciate everybody who showed up for this live, man.
We ain't doing another 12 hours, fam.
Say it again. No, we ain't doing that again, man. I know 2 Cents probably about to hop on. I recommend y'all go over there if y'all want to hop on the panel and everything and get thrown in the back occasionally, and call the Johnson bouncer and all of that stuff.
Hey, that just ain't fair, man. It just ain't fair when it's like that, though. You know what I mean?
No, but I appreciate everybody who I appreciate everybody who showed up. Jonathan Jackson with the super chat and everything. That's 215. Everybody who smashed the like button. What's good? Who talking? Who that?
That's FaZe, man. Hey,
what's up, bro?
They label you a Johnson bouncer and kick you in the back of the chat, man. Ain't that some shit?
Crazy. That's diabolical.
I mean, they be having some good conversations over there. I mean,
but that just ain't fair, man. You know what I mean? You can't say shit they don't like.
Hey, Clay, when you going live again, real quick?
Johnson bouncer.
Saturday.
Okay. All
Saturday,
right.
I'm covering the Nick Ball fight. Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa card. And yeah, that's when I'm going live again, man.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Before we go, did I ask y'all about the elephant in the room, Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis? You know, if Tank was the get past all this whole ordeal with the the law and
I ain't trying
everything.
to hear that.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
about to
care.
say I ain't trying to hear that, man. You know he
Yeah,
ain't fighting him, bro.
yeah, that shit is done with, bro. That shit is
Yeah.
so done. I don't
You
Yo,
know
care.
what I'm
salute
tired of
y'all.
hearing? I want to say this real quick. Well, just real quick. I'm just tired of hearing Tank fans trying to attach Tank's name to Shakur, man. He already said he's done with that. So stop trying to say that he needs they need each other still, man. That fight's done.
Well, we not about to talk about Tank, y'all, but I'm out, y'all. I appreciate
Peace.
everybody who showed up, everybody who was on the panel. Boxing Hacker, Blue Hustle, man. We had FaZe up here.
My dog.
Clay, Ray was up here. I had who else was up here?
Greg Hackett.
Greg
Jonathan.
Hackett was up here. Greg Hackett. And who
Yeah.
anybody who I forgot their name, y'all know what it is, man. Salute. I'll catch y'all on the next one. We
For
out.
Word.
sure.